Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy.
Welcome back to Pitch Side, ladies and
Come
gentlemen.
on.
I'm joined by Reeve, who has copied my hair.
I got a bit more of it.
Right, okay, well, that was uncalled for. And we're joined by Adam McKola. Welcome
How are you
to the
doing,
show, man.
brothers?
Thank you very much
You're
for
good?
coming on.
Loving that shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah, what is
Not
the
so much that one.
Yeah, definitely not.
You got to rate it, though. Like,
What is that? Is that
So-
an actual shirt or is that like
it's a
Pharrell
it's a
done that?
warm-up top.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an Arsenal collab with TFL. You know what we do? Every time we get in a bit of trouble, we release a new shirt.
Yeah, that's
A bit
nice,
like
man.
PSG. Have you seen the new PSG shirt that's just come out?
No.
So they've got a new a sleeve sponsor, and it's. Have you heard of the goat? Have you heard of Goat? It's like a shoe brand online,
Okay.
and they have goat on the side of their sleeve. So Messi is now
Messi.
wearing goat on his sleeve.
Well, it's confirmed then.
That's clever, that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's confirmed, but we'll
Well,
touch on that.
it's 2v1 today anyway, so
Oh, it is.
yeah.
What?
In
the
Messi,
goat-
Ronaldo.
yeah.
2v1. Who's Messi?
Well, I mean, I don't really have a preference, but in the debate, I like to rattle Theo a little bit and say
Ronaldo,
Messi.
right?
It is Ronaldo.
That's it, but yeah.
But
I
then,
mean,
but also at the same time, I am getting dragged into the. I don't know, man. They're too good. We should celebrate them both. Really,
We should, yeah. I think that's the line that I like to take. When people constantly compare him, I do it, and I say Ronaldo,
Yeah,
of course, but
you have to.
I
as a
do
United
also
fan.
think like, come on, just appreciate both. of them.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a shame they didn't come along separately.
That's a good point.
Or would they be as good?
I think they pushed each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they really put. It was the peak would have been the El Clasico's, like Real Barcelona.
Mm.
Like you don't get. I know Barcelona obviously rebuilding right now, and Real Madrid right now are smashing it in Champions League, and like they got Benzema, Vinicius Junior, who's turning out to be an unbelievable player. Like his stats are unbelievable. But do you remember like the El Clasicos of like the whole Barca team were just world class. The whole Real Madrid team were just world class.
Yeah.
Like you just don't get those anymore. You don't even get that in I don't know if it's nostalgia.
It's unfortunate, but there's only 2 teams that do that at the moment in the Premier League.
Who's that?
He hates both of them.
No comment, officer.
What do you think of United season so far? Are you still in that weird, I call it the Arsenal period, post Wenger, and you're post Fergie still? Or do you think you're over the hurdle yet?
We're not over the hurdle. I scrapped this season off really like around Christmas, but definitely after Atletico Madrid. It was just like, this season's done now. Wanted United to just start playing the younger players and that. Like, there's just literally no point. I'd rather us finish outside the European spots now, have a season without Europe.
Just
It's been an
focus on the
awful
league.
season, and I know that we all look at the problems at United now and go, there's this problem and this problem, and there are those problems. But when you look at the start of the season, we were excited.
Mate,
We thought we were going to do something.
Yeah.
I remember at the start of the season, everyone was looking at United's team on paper and like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
they had genuinely like a title shot.
Absolutely. Prem predictions, I think I put them like second or third.
What do you think about this? Do you think United are comfortably in the top 4 with Solskjaer? Because I've started to think I don't think he should have stayed. He should have got sacked. And it's great that we've got a new manager next season. And keeping him would have just papered over the cracks. But I genuinely believe his happy-go-lucky stuff would have got him. Because look how close it is.
Yeah.
It's not actually... And we've dropped so many points. I think we would have been in top 4
Do you think?
with Ollie.
A lot of Man United fans are not necessarily backtracking on that because I think they weren't all Ollie out, but a lot of United fans now think that the grass was greener where they were.
Yeah. Or that... Like when every manager goes...
Yeah.
that the manager isn't the problem
Yeah.
or the only problem.
Arsenal fans have done it with Emery.
Well, exactly.
Of
You've
them,
seen it
with them
recently,
knocking
haven't you?
out Bayern Munich and now gone, if we'd only keep him, we would like
Well,
charge off the title.
I've seen it everywhere about Emery right
Yeah.
now. Like saying, look how he's proven himself again in Europe with
Yeah.
Villarreal and stuff like that.
But
But
if
it's
you-
like, at Arsenal, he was actually crap.
Yeah, if you broke it down
Yeah.
and watched the games, that wasn't exciting. Like we didn't play good football.
There's also that's acceptable at Villarreal. Not, like the style
Probably
of
have a
football.
little bit less pressure on him as well.
You
at
don't
Villarreal.
get that
Yeah,
opportunity to play that way at Arsenal.
yeah, it's true.
Although Arteta has, but I think because he's done it with young players, it's easier to go, I just give him a chance,
Yeah.
It's the youngest average age of any Premier League side, right? Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal are. Do you think
That was us about a year and a half ago.
Was
Remember
it?
we had Ronaldo, Rashford, Marshall, and Greenwood had 60 plus goals together.
Yeah.
At that point, we had like and now all that's gone.
Do you think that United can or should follow in the footsteps of Arsenal in that whole rebuilding process by getting more youth in, or do you think you've got?
I think that's
have you got too much dead wood at the moment?
That's
in the
what
club?
they're trying to encourage with the appointment of Ten Hag, though, isn't it? Because I mean, famously, he is a guy that runs religiously by that philosophy, isn't he? Like bringing people up and sprouting youth rather than picking these world-class players and trying to fit them to a mould. You know?
I mean, look when he lost Ziyech.
Yeah.
He's got that Anthony and that doing well.
Yeah.
He's constantly replaced. He's like, when you look at the younger players, is it De Ligt? For Donny van der Beek, obviously he hasn't had a great time.
De Jong as well.
De Jong.
Yeah.
So, and he's replaced them by just bringing players through. When you look at United at the moment, we've got, I think Hannibal Redbury is a huge talent. I think if you look at Charlie Hugo, he's a striker, huge talent.
Charlie Savage.
Zidane Iqbal, Charlie Savage is doing all right. He's not one of the most talented to me, but he's like his dad is probably a grafter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ethan Laird coming in the back is a fullback. Like when you look at some couple of positions, there's some players that are coming through that will get an opportunity under him, and so whether they take it or not. But we need to give him time. We need to give him next season. What we're going to do 6 months in, and with fourth or fifth, people are going to start moaning again.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's the expectation of the club, the name of Man United as well. I mean, most fans that are currently supporting that club expect them to be near first.
Well, ever since Fergie left, I feel like they've just demanded the instant.
Yeah.
Like
it's a short-term fix.
We went away with that with Ollie a bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we went straight.
Yeah. Sort of firmed it for a while, didn't you?
Yeah, we were like, all right, we're going to try and build something. And then we went.
But even with like Mourinho.
Well, even with Ferguson himself, his start to his United career was.
But I think that's different
by all
back
accounts.
then, wasn't it?
Like now, different club.
Now in modern day football, you need results instantly.
Yeah,
like instantly. But like Mourinho, he said he's even come out and said like in his career, like one of his biggest achievements was getting like was it second?
Second, yeah.
With that team.
See, but things like that used to drive us mad though. Like Mourinho was good and bad. Like he started off really well, won them 2 trophies, but then you know what's coming with Mourinho, isn't it? It's partly why I don't want Conte. Conte is amazing, like he'll win, and I love when he jumps in the crowd and all that. But he would have went crazy at Old Trafford. Like our owners do that to people. So unless you're Ollie who's just gonna grin and bear it, you're gonna crack up. Yeah. And I think elite managers like that, and that's why it's kind of good you hear about Ten Hag coming. And apparently he had a meeting with like Darren Fletcher and that, and he was rallying, like he was giving them it. What do you think of that, by the way?
What?
Ronaldo with the phone. Is he going to get punished for that? I don't know.
He won't get it. Nothing will happen. He's always
nothing
okay.
Should have happened.
Well, not
legal wise anyway.
It's peak on the kid. Don't get me wrong. Like it's his phone. Like he should offer to buy him a new phone and like compensate him. But like at the end of the day, like if someone comes up to you and goes, "You're shit," how do you react? I know. As Ronaldo, he's had it from his whole career. He should know better, but I think everyone is afforded a slip up in in a small case like that. But I don't know. He shouldn't have done it.
No, he definitely shouldn't have done it.
He shouldn't have done it. But at the same time,
I understand.
Yeah,
he's a serial winner, isn't he?
Yeah,
and he's come off the back of a game that.
And he's probably fuming that he's actually at United in this situation.
He
right
knows
now.
what it was like when he was good as well.
Yeah.
So most people that are there at the moment. They don't know what it was like.
Never had the glory days.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you think as well with Ronaldo, he's sort of battling himself right now. He's probably frustrated at himself that he's not producing like he used to be able to produce. Do you think it's
like as you get older?
You think like, oh shit, I'm actually getting older. I'm actually getting worse.
Yeah, and it's possible. We all feel that, don't we? At times.
Yeah.
I feel it when I'm getting older.
I feel it in my hips.
Bro. After that day, I don't have no hips.
Well, mate, after go-kart, I'm still hurting. Yeah. That's 3 days ago.
My hips are made out of Weetabix right now. I'm finished.
What do you think of, obviously, was it last week, Alphonso Davies' comments? Did you see that? So he was doing a Twitch stream. And he started talking about, he packed Harry Maguire and he just went, he's just playing FIFA, by the way. What the fuck? And he packed Harry Maguire and was like, Imagine you're Ronaldo and you turn around and Harry Maguire is your captain and telling you what to do. Or the whole United squad.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that. It was like, imagine having Ronaldo at your club, but Harry Maguire is your team captain.
Yeah.
I think
as a professional, but as a professional, I know he may be saying what everyone's thinking, but do you not think that's a bit disrespectful?
Because he's leaving himself, like, let's say in a year's time when United win the Premier League and Harry Maguire lifts it and he's doing nothing. Yeah, he can get called out.
Or if United want to sign Alphonso Davies.
All that. But I think if we get to that level where we're bringing Alphonso Davies in, Harry Maguire's probably not there.
True.
To be fair, I think he's right though. I mean, when I look at, that's what I think Harry Maguire's problem is at the moment. Because look, I don't think he's that great as a defender, but he's not this bad.
Yeah.
Is he? Like, we can all agree he's not usually this bad. And I think it is that once Varane and Ronaldo come into the dressing room and he's there, I think he feels inferior.
I think so.
I think he looks around and thinks, I don't belong.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that on the pitch. And then you've got like the thing that happened in Greece. I remember him getting sent off for England and looking like the world was on his shoulders. And then he did all right for United at the end of the season, had a good Euros, but he's straight back down again. I just don't think he can cope with the pressure of Man United and also I think it's just the inferiority.
Do you think it's like a bit of imposter syndrome?
Yeah.
So like he low deep down, he probably doesn't have that confidence in himself. Or because of what's happened around him, that's probably knocked his confidence, and he feels like he just doesn't belong with those. Like, imagine having, like, I know Harry Maguire's, he was obviously a Premier League worthy centre back. Don't get me wrong, but still having someone like Rafael Varane come into the dressing room, Ronaldo, how does that make you feel if you already feel like you don't really belong? Yeah,
and then it's like when he's playing every week and you maybe don't deserve it. I think that's when it becomes an issue, doesn't it? Yeah. Because then it's like, hold on. Why are you playing every week? Especially when you look at, I don't think we've got a great dressing room anyway at the moment. But then when you've got your captain playing despite being awful, and you've got maybe some players on the bench that are like, not even just centre backs, like Jesse Lingard must be thinking, hold on, this geezer's been thinking the place out. How come I can't get a game? Yeah. Or Eric Bailly must be thinking that. And look, you could probably say they don't deserve to play for Man United, but you can see how that could then spread through the dressing room and be like, bloody hell. This is our captain and he's performing like that. Because sometimes, he can't even pass the ball. Like, it's genuine. Well, sometimes you can't, like, it's like he just freezes and it's like, oh my God, I'm on the ball at Old Trafford and there's someone running down.
You know what that genuinely is? Like, at the end of the day, he's still just a human.
Yeah.
Or a kid, so to speak. And like,
he's not a kid, come on.
But is that the mentality is like, he probably thinks like, oh my God, I'm actually a Man United player.
Yeah.
Playing at Old Trafford. Don't fuck up.
Yeah, constant.
It's just a relentless pressure. But then when he puts the shirt on for England.
But England's different. They play a bit more defensively. Gareth Southgate plays 3 centre-backs, 3 right-backs, 2 central defensive midfielders. It's not asking him to do much. United are asking, we hardly get out of our box. But when we do, we're asking him to play a little bit higher up the pitch.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Lead the line, run out with the ball, do all these things. He can't do that. Then you've got a midfield in front of him.
Yeah.
It's not good. It is McTominay. Whose team does he get in the Premier League? Doesn't get
Burnley.
It doesn't get in City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Let's just scratch them out.
I don't think he gets in Arsenal.
He doesn't get in. No, he doesn't. He's not better than Xhaka or
West Ham. No chance.
He's not better than Declan Rice or Souček. He's not better than Decore at Everton. He's not better than McGinn and Douglas Luiz at Villa. We're mid-table now, right?
Yeah.
You're probably right, Burnley. And this isn't me digging out Scott McTominay. He's one, like, I like him, like he's one of us, you know, one of them ones. But
and he puts his heart in his sleeve as well.
Yeah, you always need someone like that in your squad, but not in your starting 11 week in, week out. And then maybe that doesn't help Maguire when you've got a midfield in front of you like that. Maybe if he had Keane and Vieira in front of him or something, you know, like he looks like he's Yapstam. So it's hard to tell what it is with him. I think it's just a combination of so many different things.
You're looking to replace him with another like-for-like kind of player, though, aren't you, in John McGinn? I heard rumours that...
They were a while ago, weren't they?
Well, I mean,
I don't think that happens now under
Do you not think?
Ten Hag.
Well,
I think that was Ollie. That's probably an Ollie.
You reckon?
You know, the McGinns, when we were linked with McGinn and a few players like that, I think that's probably Ollie.
Well, Harry Maguire might not be a problem for much longer because apparently you're linked with Pau Torres as well again. Ten Hag said
he's a handsome man, isn't
he? Well, I mean, it'd be him.
Centre half.
Yeah, it'd be him and Varane. Really,
if we had Pau Torres and Lindelof,
Tell you what, he was a proper when you lot played Villarreal in the final. Pau Torres was quality.
There's moments where I see him and I think, reminds me of Lindelof. Like, not sure. Like, I think at centre back, I don't want to sign a young centre back.
I know what you mean. You want someone with a bit of experience who's been about.
Someone to just come in.
So if you are Ten Hag this summer, what's the deadwood? Who are you selling and who are you buying?
How long we got?
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Right.
Today's episode of Pitch Side is brought to you by our friends over at LinkedIn. We ourselves are on LinkedIn as small business owners who constantly have different eggs in different baskets. You're very, very busy and you don't always have the time to hire people, find new candidates for different roles at your company.
LinkedIn makes it easier to hire people for your brands, your companies, give people opportunities on a social networking site via screening them, using questions, interview techniques, statuses. Effectively, you can find the perfect match for a position that you need to fill in your workspace or company.
You can go headhunting essentially as well, can't you?
And it's why small businesses rate LinkedIn the number one for job hiring versus general market competitors.
Literally, you can create a free job online in a matter of minutes.
So easy.
It has a network of over 30 million people. So there's many people out there for you to choose from.
And you can find the perfect one.
Literally just add your job and the purple hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile to spread the word that you're hiring so your network can help you find the right people to hire.
So if this sounds something that's of interest to you, go to linkedin.com/pitch and start creating job titles for people, basically.
That's right. That's linkedin.com/pitch to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Back on with the show.
De Gea has been our player of the year.
Yeah, but I think by far.
But if he doesn't see him as his goalkeeper, that could be one. Although it'd be difficult to get rid of him. Problem is we've got mad contracts. So it's like, who's going to give him?
He's your highest paid player, isn't he, De Gea?
Not anymore, but he might be like third or second or third. Like
I suppose that he probably deserves it.
I mean, given when you look at his contribution, he deserves his contract more than most people in the team. So David De Gea is a possibility. I wouldn't get rid of him, but possibility. Harry Maguire is, I don't think, going to go anywhere. Yeah. Your captain is 80 million. I don't think that's going to happen. Eric Bailly, I think, will be off because of that. Victor Lindelof, I'd keep him around and hope that you can bring another centre-back in. Then you got 4. What happens with Varane if Varane don't stay fit? Wan-Bissaka, I think, could be off.
Yeah.
Your Delos and Tellez's, the reason why I don't think they might be off is because you can't sell everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like, you might just go, right, Delos and Tellez in the squad, is that a bad thing? Like, just as backup if we get our preferred first choices.
And they're not too bad as well, to be honest. They do a job, don't they, when they come in?
I don't mind them, but I'm at this stage now. I'm just fed up of everybody. Yeah. Like if any of them left, I wouldn't really care. Do you know one of them ones? Yeah. And then I think Pogba's defo gone. We don't get rid of McTominay and Fred. That just don't happen.
They'll be there.
We're just stuck with them forever. Yeah, they're gonna have statues and everything.
Look, Fred.
Yeah. Who's the other one that I missed out? So Pogba.
But is there not a rumor that Pogba's signing a new 400, 500k?
There was talk about that, but then I heard last season, was it like a summer or two ago, we offered him the biggest contract we had ever offered anyone, and he never accepted it.
That's right.
So once that happens, it doesn't seem like it's a money thing then. It may become a money thing if PSG go, well, we're only going to give you 300 grand a week, and Real Madrid can't do it, and Juve, he might then go, well, United are going to give 450 grand a week. I'll stay. But it just feels like it's set in, surely something would have happened by now. It's a possibility, but I don't think it will. I do feel like Zidane and PSG and Pogba is kind of eventually going to be a thing.
Yeah.
So I think he's gone. And I'm not going to lie. Well, I don't really care that he's gone, but I'll be gutted at how it's turned out because I think he's a fantastic player. And it's just not worked for him, whether that's his fault, United's fault, whoever's, a mixture of both. Going up front, Martial's a possibility to be sold.
Is he out on loan at Sevilla, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's been talking about his defo coming back.
Really?
So then it's like, Ten Hag could go, I like him.
Yeah.
And keep, but is that likely to happen? I think he might also, he's more likely to go, we can get 30, 40 million for him. That I'll keep that money. So here's a possibility. Cavani's gone. Ronaldo is possibly gone. But the Ronaldo thing, you know what worries me about that? I think that could be a problem for Ten Hag. And I think the Ronaldo test will decide whether Ten Hag has true power at United.
Yeah.
Because if Ten Hag comes in and goes, I don't want to work with, I want to replace Cristiano Ronaldo. I've got a feeling United go, we've got no Champions League football. We cannot sell our most commercial player right now. We've had a 2-year deal with him. We've factored in this next year. I don't know, pre-season tour, they would have sold some stuff. Do you know, like, they would have been selling the hell out of Ronaldo's
He'll bring
name.
in serious cash for United.
So I don't think Ronaldo goes if Ten Hag wants him to go. And then that's going to cause an issue, isn't it? Further down the line, if Ronaldo's not being played and all this. So I think that could become a problem. But I do think, how many players I said? About 8. Cavani's gone. Martial possibly gone.
You got Mata and Matic.
How is Mata still?
Mata and Matic are definitely gone, surely.
Well, it baffles me that Mata is still at United. I love him. I think he's such a nice...
Great man.
Yeah. But how is he still at United?
He's kind of...
It's like the ghost. He's the ghost.
He just explains everything that's gone wrong with United.
Yeah.
When we bought him, look how good he was.
Yeah.
And we bought him with Fellaini for Moyes. Does that tell you any idea of how we're going to play?
Yeah.
And he must have rocked up and thought, right, where am I playing? And then he was stuck out on the right, on the left, just
he had to
all
play
over
everywhere,
the place.
but where he wanted to.
Yeah, so I do feel sorry for him. It kind of epitomizes where we've gone wrong. Imagine Mata at City. Or, like, I rate Mata so highly.
Yeah, same here. So if you had...
Poor fella.
They're all the ones leaving. If you had 5 transfers to bring in, only 5. Because let's face it, like, United aren't going to go and sign 10 players, are they, really?
Well, no. You're not going to do that.
Even 5 is a... Well,
if
Arsenal
money was
did.
no option, I'd get Declan Rice in a heartbeat. And I've changed my mind. I remember there was one point here where I had tweeted something like, someone said to me 100 million for Declan Rice. And I was like, it's typical of English players and all this, just being overrated. And then I went to, I was talking rubbish about, then it got into conversation. I was like, and West Ham's academy, is it really that good? Like, what players have they had recently? And obviously I meant recently.
Yeah.
But eventually West Ham Twitter got onto this. And Rio Ferdinand saw it and quote tweeted it. And it was like, he quote tweeted it with the thinking emoji. And I'm thinking, mate, everyone can see what I'm on about. I'm obviously not talking about Rio Ferdinand and Michael Carrick and all these players. So then that was how. Anyway, 2 weeks later, we played West Ham. We got beat 3-0. And I tweeted after from a picture from the away end, and I was like, the only thing that could be worse today is if Declan Rice scored. And I didn't at him on nothing. I rate this from him. Within like 5-10 minutes, he had liked the tweet. And it was like, you've remembered that.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're a shit ass. And that's like, I like that.
But he did it yesterday as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he
With
tweeted.
the-
He
Like, you don't
tweeted
forget-
the
Yeah.
Leon. Do you see the Leon stuff?
No.
Like 4 or 5 days ago, they tweeted.
It was Moussa Dembele giving a little...
No, but they also tweeted, "Are you lot thinking we're going to be going out to an English side or something like that?"
Oh, did they?
It's outrageous. Like, wait, I'll get it up.
And then in his post-match interview yesterday, like, basically...
He mentioned it in the post-match
yeah.
interview.
Them beating Sevilla was massive.
Yeah.
When you look at how strong they
Oh
are in the
yeah.
competition.
So Leon tweeted, "Are you really asking like there's a chance we don't go through?" So they tweeted Europa League saying which 4 will progress, and they did that.
Oh no.
I'll screenshot that for you, Jamie.
That
And
is
Declan Rice
tragic.
tweeted going, "This aged well."
Yeah. it's
For
done it,
everyone,
it's
it's
done
about 15 minutes after.
But you can already tell he's like... He's got a winner's mentality.
I honestly think he is the best. Well, we agree he's more of a number 8 now, but the best DM.
He has turned into it. That's
Prem.
what makes me think, because we need a number 6,
Yeah, that's the
and
problem.
with him
I don't-
turning into this 8, like
Yeah.
he's almost got. I'm not comparing the two. He's got a long way to go, but he's almost turned into like a Steven Gerrard figure,
Yeah,
in it.
yeah,
like, where
I
he does
agree.
everything, and yeah, that might make him become what we don't need.
Exactly. I think
Although we
that's
need
what-
everything,
Yeah.
we need everything.
You're purchasing a player that you don't need a
But then
replacement
if we
for.
spend 100 million on him, that's half our budget gone.
Yeah.
But you're getting arguably one of the best players in his position in the Premier
But then
League.
I'm just like,
I think he
right.
does improve you though, but it's
No,
whether
100%.
But it's whether or not he improves you 100 million in value worth.
Well, it's either you buy him or he goes to Chelsea.
Do you think Chelsea still happens now?
I think.
I thought that was like a Lampard kind of thing.
Well, he was at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah, started a couple.
But-
Best mate with
Mason.
Mount in it.
Yeah. I don't know. So
Man City's a possibility as well. Fernandinho just said he's leaving.
It's true.
didn't even put that on the horizon.
I mean, Pep didn't even know Fernandinho was leaving. Have you seen that?
No.
So
Yeah, he got
Fernandinho
told
did
in
a press conference. Yeah,
Yeah.
go on.
No, you say it.
Fernandinho in the press conference got asked, "Are you going to be here next year? You signed a new contract?" And he was like, "Nah, probably not." And then in the press conference, like literally minutes later, the guy's gone to Pep. So Fernandinho has just said he's leaving at the end of the season, and Pep was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that.
Isn't that a bit awkward in the dressing room now?
Well, I doubt it. When you're winning,
legend,
it's
innit?
all right, innit?
But I thought, as a respect thing, you would have said.
But he must be like, "Oh shit, what are we gonna do now?"
Well, they got Rodri and stuff, but
Yeah,
I guess
they've
they
got-
got to look at replacing him. So Declan Rice number one on your list, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Potentially.
at DM, we need to break these shackles of McTominay and Fred.
Yeah.
Like we need to just get rid of that as a starting thing. So Declan Rice,
Defense.
centre back would be nice, wouldn't it? But who's there?
Dillit.
Well, I mean, Pau Torres is the link
Pau
that
Torres?
you've got, but it's whether or not you want him. I
Pau
suppose.
Torres isn't really from like. He might be good. I don't know. It just reminds me of Lindelof a bit. You know, I look at him, pretty boy, and he's gonna come in. It just I don't know if just
You want a
judging
big.
him
You
wrong.
want a big.
You just want a shit house at the
Yeah.
back, innit?
Yeah.
Or someone that could.
Craig
I know Pau
Dawson.
Torres can play football. How good's he?
Is that not just like slight nostalgia though from having like the Vidiches and Yap Stams?
No, but we
and-
do need someone that can play football out from the back.
No, I mean in terms of the big shit house that Theo's referencing.
No, because you can have a pretty boy can be a shit house. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you can have. I don't know. I'm trying to find like Varane at times knows when to be a
Yeah,
shit house.
yeah.
And he's not necessarily a big bulking defender.
Yeah.
We do need a centre back who. Tell me some centre backs these days. See, you know what's happened to me? I don't watch football anymore.
It's just
It's
kidding.
been beat out of me. The hope's just been beat out of me.
No, but it's so true though. Like when Arsenal went through this,
Yeah.
I really stopped watching football.
What
Because
do
you sort of lose.
I watch it.
Hope.
Like the other day, I was watching the Everton game and I just sat there like this.
That's a bad one to come back to as well.
Just like, oh, bruv, this is what I'm watching.
What
Losing to relegation.
What do you
battle, Everton.
what do you attribute that to? Is it was there a certain moment? Is there a certain player that you watch and think he still should be here
No,
to
it's
his
just
turn off?
you know the season when it's just over. You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
bruv.
Yeah.
It's like
When did you know that?
if you're on FM, you go in start season over again. And you're just like,
Yeah.
this is a
Quick sim
failure.
every game.
What are we doing? Yeah, just get out of here.
Oh, is there a game that you remember at what point you were like, well, I know that this
Everton
United-
1-1
the first time around?
against Rafa Benitez. It was
Yeah.
awful at that time. Everton were booing him left, right, and centre. And I remember just thinking, we'll drop points against these. And we drop points against them. Villa beat us just before they sacked Dean Smith. Watford beat us 4-1 just before they sacked Ranieri.
Yeah,
That is some mad results, you know.
yeah.
4-1 to Watford.
We dropped 5 points against this Leicester team. Like 5 points against Everton.
But that was a lot of the games that you're referencing are when it was the Ollie period.
Yeah, I've been out of here since then.
No, but that's what I mean. But you've come back and now you're thinking that.
Even like Burnley 0-0. We had
But what
we had a draw against Southampton at
what
home, which was
convinces
horrible.
you? What convinces you that Ollie would have got the top four with this happy-go-lucky style? Then, if these are the results that
I wouldn't have said that at the time,
okay,
and he deserved to get sacked. And also, if he stayed and got top four, we're kind of doomed because he's not leaving.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And you
lose
need
no matter what.
getting
yeah.
Ten Hag is the right thing, but he doesn't rock that dressing room as much as it's probably been rocked. He doesn't come in, and I know this sounds mad, but you got to understand what we're dealing with. Ralph Rangnick has come in and asked these guys to work,
yeah.
and he hasn't got the reaction. And I just think he keeps everyone on side. You probably win a few of those games you've drawn, and you look how close it is. I think if we'd won 2 more
Yeah,
games, we're
yeah.
probably in the top 4.
Yeah. So what you're
Um,
saying is Ollie would have stayed and Ronaldo would have been manager.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Basically, the Euro 2016 final.
Yeah, it would have been the Euro 2016 final all over again. But yeah, I do think it would have got us top 4. But transfers, we need a DM. Declan Rice would be perfect. We do need a centre back who I don't know. Just bring me someone good. We're probably going to end up needing a forward as well.
You need a striker, aren't you?
Yeah, because if Cavani, I just feel so let down by that guy, man.
He's old.
No, but when he plays,
what is it? Because
he plays like he loves everything about United. I think that's just him though. And now he's just always injured.
Yeah.
Or like just
I can see Cavani going.
Can't be bothered.
Is
this
it
week.
an attitude problem why he doesn't want to play?
Because they used to be. Ollie used to go. Cavani's not available this week, and we just go all right. And Rangnick will go. I asked him if he can play, and he can't play. It's like
what?
Yeah,
he's just
it
trained
happens
all week.
All the time. Like
he just chooses when he wants to play.
It's almost like I'll play when and I get it at 30. However, he's kind of got to manage his body, but every week,
Ronaldo's 38.
Yeah,
he's not doing that. I guess.
He's saying I need to play.
Yeah, he says I need to play. I need to win. Cavani, I think Cavani just goes America after this year.
I think South America. Yeah, South America. Yeah.
Even Fernandinho jetting off back home.
Probably, Well,
Fernandinho is going Brazil. So.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah.
So what striker do you want to get in then? Who can?
There's been a lot of talk about Harry Kane.
If you don't get, but if
Harry
Spurs
Kane
get top 4, United finish 7th. Why would Harry Kane go United?
That's true. Also, if Harry Kane wants to leave, he wants to leave for the guarantee of trophies. There's no guarantee of trophies.
City.
But Manchester United is still a draw. The reason I'm not sure about Harry Kane is I feel like he's had a few injuries. He's reaching an age where, and if you've seen how our transfer history's gone, we buy a big player, they don't do well, and it's like, oh my god. Look, he's one of, if not the best striker in the world.
Yeah.
Benzema probably is at the moment, but it changes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I just don't know. Something makes me think, don't do it. Don't do it. And Man City will go, Spurs, here's 80 million. And Spurs will go, nah, we want 130. And City will go, all right, we'll go and get someone else. And then United will go, what's that? You want 130? We'll do it. And then we'll be stuck with an injured Harry Kane. That's what's going to happen.
So true.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that's how it would go down. And I just don't know.
I disagree. I think Kane is good enough to bear the weight of the Man United badge. I think he'd be really good there. Do
you think his injuries are an issue? For someone that you'd end up spending 100 plus on? And remember, if we sign Declan Rice and Kane, there's nobody else coming. So you still got McTominay.
I don't know. Kane's one of those that if he feels valued and he wants to play where he is, then he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But
I just think if Kane goes to United, he won't enjoy himself.
Next season as well.
Yeah, but do you think
Spurs are probably as likely to win a trophy as United?
Yeah.
For next season.
Yeah, if Conte.
I just cannot in any world see Kane going to United. Why would he?
Oh no, there is a world where that happens. There's a big world where that happens.
I just don't.
I think there's a possibility. Maybe them getting Champions League football X's that off, but there's a possibility that happens.
I just think I honestly think
it's more likely than Declan Rice.
Do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be because we need Declan Rice more. Which tells you all you need to know about.
Do you think you do the classic United and just spend racks on 1 or 2 players, or do you think you follow Arsenal from the summer and spread it across 5?
I think Ten Hag goes that.
Yeah,
I think he brings 2 players with him from Holland, which probably end up being 70 million. Spends another 70 million on another 2 players. We may have one marquee player because this is what worries me about United. They do things for that. Oh shit, we got no Champions League football. We need money. Let's get Harry Kane. That may be the thinking, do you know what I mean? Where it needs to be focused on what's better for the squad, what's better for the team, how do we improve the squad going forward? And yeah, I think buying players like that is the best way to go than buying Declan Rice and Kane for 200 million.
Yeah.
I'd rather see 4 or 5 come in. But then 4 or 5 might not improve the quality of your 11.
Do you not think that buying Declan Rice and Kane for 200 million improves other players around them? So maybe you necessarily don't need to purchase a load of, lesser known talents in order to make a better squad. Like, for example, Sancho playing alongside Harry Kane brings more out of.
Yeah, you could argue as well. Declan Rice sat in front of Maguire would improve him. I agree with that. And also coaching as well.
Yeah.
It's like...
But that's what I mean. Harry Kane...
Marcus Rashford's going to improve next season.
Yeah.
I think we'll see that. And people, do you think he's done, given up on him yet?
I still think it's quality. Ladies and gentlemen, today's podcast is sponsored by our friends over at BetterHelp. Now, we have partnered with them before. We mentioned them on previous podcasts. They are an online therapy service that allow you to talk through your problems with licensed therapists.
Pretty much everyone, including us, have to deal with stress at some point in their life, day-to-day basis, basically.
I got work with you, so.
And having someone to talk to through BetterHelp can help in so many ways. In a world that is telling you to do more, have less sleep, keep grinding, it is always important to look after yourself and to take a minute just to relax and de-stress.
Yeah, because obviously, as we all know, mental health is just as important as physical health. So BetterHelp is a service that allows you to improve your mental health, or at least just talk about it with other people.
And for listeners of the show, we are offering you guys 10% off. Okay, so if you go to betterhelp.com/pitch, that is betterhelp.com/pitch, you can get yourselves 10% off.
There's a lot of people have seemingly gone, I think
he's
someone
having a dip.
there.
He's just having a poor season.
Yeah, we can all agree on that.
I think he's got the talent, and he just needs the right coach to get him out of the hole that he's probably in.
I think he's suffered. That's what I think. He's suffered from a lack of coaching.
Yeah.
Mourinho was never someone to, all right, you're going to get better at this. I think if you saw Rashford, even someone like Marshall under like Pep and Klopp and that, and I think at United we have kind of just let some of our players just slip through the net a little bit.
Rashford's that kind of player that just needs an arm around them. Needs a boost.
100%.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Rangnick's got to come in and go, these are the problems.
Yeah.
Usually I got to work hard, and there's probably no time for that
it's
love.
It's a sit rep, isn't it, really? Like, he's come in, he's got to assess everything before eventually he might go upstairs and then has to pass it on to the next person that comes in.
Yeah.
But he's not really like taking pastoral care of the players.
Yeah.
It's more just like, he's very German in his approach, like efficient and XYZ.
Ruthless.
Yeah.
If you heard how he gets asked questions and he'll just be like, answer them. It's like, that's what I want to hear. Like,
yeah.
It's not in the Mourinho way either way. It's like, oh my God, he's lost his head. He hates everyone. He just says it how it is.
Yeah.
And I think United need that at the moment. United need someone to go into the boardroom and go, "You like clowns. Look what you've done to this football club." Like, you know what I mean? Why do all these managers keep getting sacked?
Yeah.
Well, especially if Rangnick goes upstairs as well.
Like, look at I hate the Glazers, and the Glazers are the biggest problem at Man United and always will be till they're gone. But we have actually, since Fergie's left, spent a lot of money on players. But look at the way we've spent it. It's like, I don't know. You got Man City who spend things in the right way and do the right things and everything looks nice. And United, let's not say United, the Glazers, I don't know, they're just like, do you remember that chav that won the lottery? You remember?
No.
You remember that geezer who won the lottery? Do you remember him, don't you? He just bought loads of sovereigns from Argos and that and then went broke. And it was like, I think that's what the Glazers are like. It's just, bro, they don't know what they're doing with all this money.
Yeah.
So it's like, you can spend all that money, but how are you spending it? I've spent $1 million. Yeah, but your house still looks like shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like, fuck. That's what United are doing at the moment with them Glazers. They're not the ones. And that's what worries me. Ten Hag goes in there. Luckily, he's already bold. He's going to go in there and they're not going to do what he wants them to do. Have you already heard about Rangnick? He's going to be part-time or something like that.
Part-time?
Like 6 days a month. It's like, bro,
What's
you
the
don't
point?
work at Tesco Express.
What, as a technical director?
Yeah, like as an advisor. Like,
what's he going to do? I was like, Fergie's still an advisor.
Just a Zoom call every week.
A Zoom call. This is what he needs to do. This is what he needs to do.
But I don't really get it because, like, you've purchased Sancho, you've purchased the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Rafael Varane, even
Ronaldo.
Well, not necessarily. Well, I mean, yeah, to a degree, but these are players that are incredibly talented and world class players, but they come to United and don't achieve.
I think that's down to coaching, man.
Do you reckon? Is that
also, I think there's been a culture at United where you can get away with doing the least.
Yeah.
Remember we used to laugh at Arsenal and we used to go, top 4 selfies and all that stuff. And that's funny, innit? United have become like that.
So there's
If
a
we get
culture
top-
shift.
So I think there has been a culture shift whereby now, look at Phil Jones, God bless him, but he's still got a long contract at United. He's still here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We give Mourinho, just before he got sacked, we give him a 5-year deal or something.
You know what? I think you got a lot of like Danny Drinkwater's at your club. And by that I mean,
Unfortunately, he was a Premier League champion. We ain't got many of them.
but he's probably on loan somewhere or whatever. But he's probably sitting on like
Is
50.
it Reading, isn't he?
He's still sitting at like 50, 60k a week
sure
at Chelsea.
Oh, did Sean Dyche get rid? Yeah, but yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
that's
They're
exactly.
just always there.
So then you've got
relentless.
someone. Let's say we want to get rid of Marshall.
Reading. Is it Reading?
Let's say we want to get rid of Marshall. Actually, Marshall's a player that's probably worth 30, 40 million to someone in Italy,
Somewhere,
Spain.
Yeah.
But because he's on 200 grand a week, he's only worth now 10, 15 million to them because they've got to give him.
Yeah.
And that's what United are doing with all their players. So then we end up loaning them out.
Yeah.
It's a horrible way of running a business. And you got to get. Hopefully, that's what Ten Hag will do. Start bringing in younger players with their. Because that's what Fergie used to do. He never used to buy. Obviously, we used to buy ready-made stars sometimes, like
Van
a
Persie.
Berbatov.
But you'd
Van
sprinkle them
Persie.
in.
But that was like maybe every other year,
Yeah.
or like he was getting young players most of the time to improve. Park 4 million,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean. Carrick 16 million. He come in, he was great. We all knew he was good, but nobody thought he was going to replace Roy Keane.
Yeah.
You got to start making your own stars. At the moment, we just want to be the Galacticos,
Yeah.
and people forget the Galacticos never won the Champions League.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a reason for that.
Speaking of the Champions League, moving a little bit away from United and moving into European football. That's a good sentence, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, he did well.
Did you watch the Atletico City game?
I loved it. Not the result. I just loved it. Like
The last 10
The
minutes.
shithousery.
Yeah.
By the way, if Foden's on my team and he rolls back onto the pitch, love it.
mate,
Rate
you've
it.
got to give it back. If you're gonna get it, of course we can all go, oh, look at the state of him. But you got to give it back.
But
to
if
them.
he's on the other team and they do that, oh my days.
But same with Atletico.
It's
Same with
exactly
Atletico.
what Simeone would
But
do.
my point,
Like Pep just.
but Savage, the fact that I get why he's angry, but the fact that he's not been sent off is actually outrageous.
He didn't commit a foul in the entire 2 legs.
I know, but what he but
How's that?
mate, he's
happened?
gone over Foden, dragged him off the pitch, headbutted Sterling, and pulled Grealish's hair, and has got a yellow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
How has he not been sent off?
He just knows where the line is, doesn't he?
He went across the line.
Like, I won't cross that.
And then after the game, he goes running after Grealish.
I love that. I love that. I want people to be angry. It was like when Ronaldo hit that phone.
Yeah.
I knew it was wrong. I know it's wrong. It's wrong. I have a little joke about it and all that stuff. And I think they're kind of milking it a little bit, whatever. But
Should he care?
I want to see someone
Yeah.
angry to lose. At the moment, we're all just too happy to lose. Everyone's smiling, walking off the pitch and changing shirts with people. It's like, we've just lost against Everton,
Yeah.
lads. It's like, fix up.
Yeah.
There's no anger there. And I think, actually, Ronaldo, I've said this before, Ronaldo is a magnifying glass on United's problems. Remember back in the day when someone would go to Carrington and we'd have Rio and Rooney and Giggs and Ronaldo and all that. If you weren't pulling your weight and you weren't a winner, you stood out like a sore thumb and you're out of there. Nowadays, it's the flip reverse.
Yeah.
If you're a winner,
Yeah.
you look mental
Yeah.
at United. Like if you demand the high, like the top from everyone, you look crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he looks like at the moment. He's like,
Well, him and Bruno.
oh my
just
God,
leading that.
he's too serious about
Yeah.
this. Do you remember Ben Foster when he left United? And he went, I can't remember the exact quote, I'm paraphrasing, but he kind of said after, they're too serious about football there. I couldn't deal with that
Yeah.
intensity. I think that's what some people are discovering at United, but it's the other way around. Sad state of affairs. And we were talking about Atletico
Yeah,
Madrid.
I knew. Yeah.
Oh,
Back to
shit.
Manchester
It was great
United,
though.
I
You
think.
know what I hated after? I was listening to the radio and someone was reporting from the game like he was in Ukraine. He was like, oh my God, I can't believe this stuff is just like, bro, it's a football match. Like
Having on a regular occurrence between United and
Mourinho's
Arsenal.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you need a little bit of that, don't you? You need a little bit of edge.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Jack Grealish, by the way.
Mate.
I think he's the biggest
I'm
shit
gutted
house.
he's a City player.
Yeah.
But,
I know.
I am
but
so
that's
bad
what
at
you were.
United.
That's
But
what you're
he's
talking
not-
about with the centre back situation. He's a pretty boy, but he's a total.
But
shithouse.
he's also actually when it comes, he's actually so smart because he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows just how to rile up little things about these
Oh,
players.
he's been brought up in Villa in like a Birmingham derby
From my
culture,
end,
mate. Yeah, exactly. Like
It is. I think he's a legend.
yeah.
I absolutely love him. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, I rated that as well, especially against Atletico Madrid. Is it his first in the Champions League? Grealish? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he must have been thinking, oh my God, these lot are mental. But he's not said that. He's gone, yeah, you want stuff like this. What did he call it? He's dropped the C-bomb and everything and all that in it. Love it. Yeah, I love Jack Grealish.
But that's
He was made for Man United, you know.
you reckon?
I remember watching him score that goal for Villa, where he just bent it in the top corner, and I thought, if Fergie's in our dugout today, Jack Grealish don't get out of Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Like, he would have already been a Man United player. He was just made for us. It's not made, like, City's too team-orientated.
Yeah. That's the thing. He's like, at Villa, he was the ego. And at United, that it suits a little better to think you're the best in the world. Whereas in City, at the moment, this City team is like, play for the team. Structure comes first. We get wins by being, subservient to the overall goal.
Do you think it's similar to like I always call it the Lukaku problem? So every time he's at a club that he is the man, he does well. Everton or Juventus, I guess. No, Inter. Sorry. And but when he goes to Chelsea, he's not the man, and he just does shit. At United, he wasn't the man, and he did shit. Like, he needs to be the star man to
he also
perform
needs
well.
love, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I think
he runs off
United fans
belief.
Never really. We were singing about him and all that, but it was like, kind of maybe wasn't a great relationship there. And then there was times where like he touched the ball and everyone go, oh, like you know when you hear a crowd go, oh, and you see someone's first touch and it's like what you see on Twitter. I don't think Twitter helps footballers either. You know, like the memes of his first touch, and then you see one in real life, and it's like, oh my God, and you hear them groans, and I don't think that used to help him either. Heavy touch, his head would drop, his shoulders would drop, and he just slowly started overthinking his football so much. But yeah, I agree what you're saying there. He needs to be loved. He needs to be told you're the main man, and if you're not,
well, he did that.
Has to be the worst signing of the season, right?
Lukaku.
100 million with the expectation. Came in saying, I'm back home. And then a month later, he was doing an interview. Is anyone out?
Yeah, I think that's such an outrageous...
Might be the worst signing ever.
The fact that the fact that he did that interview and now he's still being accepted back.
But they can't not accept him back.
But I just think that's outrageous. He literally was saying, like, I want to be back.
What happens to him next? Because Inter just went, all right, we got a Dzeko for like
he's smashing it as well.
10 million. It's a lot cheaper, and he's scoring.
Yeah.
Like, where does...
Is Tammy Abraham on loan at Roma? He's on loan, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or has he been... He's on loan, isn't he? I don't think he's signed permanently.
I think it's loan with
Chelsea are going to demand him back if he's on loan.
I don't think they will.
They're clever, man. They'll cash in.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think they've got enough going forwards, front three-wise. They've got the option of
But do you not think, like, if they see
his
his goal scoring record for Roma is a joke?
It's a very different system, though, isn't it?
But surely they look at it and think, we need that.
No, he Roma owned.
Bought him. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, all right. Sack that off then.
Oh, wait, they bought him?
Yeah.
Oh, what a signing then.
Does a great signing.
Yeah.
They'll flip him now for about 60, 70 million.
Do you... What this
Back
season?
to an English
Especially
team.
if they win the...
Man United probably buy him.
Especially if they win the...
Oh, you know what? I can so see that happening.
No.
United can see... United will buy Tammy Abraham,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I think you will.
I wouldn't take him. No.
Well, he's more suited probably European football, isn't he?
I think he's helped in Italy.
By the play style.
Yeah, the play style suits him.
You can tell he's one of those players that, like, when there's not a spotlight on him, he thrives.
Yeah.
But in the Premier League, with the likes of Chelsea, United, some players just don't like that kind of pressure. And I think I can't speak for him, but it feels like Tammy Abraham is probably better at a club where the whole world isn't watching him.
Yeah. I mean, well, touching on Chelsea against Real Madrid, they almost did it.
What game?
How many goals across the two legs?
9.
9 goals we watched.
Yeah.
What a tie. Honestly, what a tie. What do you think of Real Madrid? Could they win the Champions League?
I got a feeling it's going to be a Real Madrid-Liverpool final.
I'd love it.
You think they're going to be City? Is that not just...
No.
Honestly, you think?
I don't know whether it's because of City's pedigree. I think they're obviously a fantastic team and Pep's great. But I think I know he's won it before, but that dry spell with him makes him overdo things. I think Real Madrid are Atletico Madrid were just shithouses, but they never really played City.
Yeah.
Real Madrid will be the mix of, they will be shithouses. They know how to win this, but when it's time to play football, they're going to play football, and they've got Karim Benzema and that.
Yeah.
And there was a period of time in that game against Atletico where I thought City might concede here.
Yeah.
And that was against them. They have a period, and actually it might help them getting through that tie. But I think Real Madrid are different. And I also think that history brings a weight of expectation, which, like, if you remember when Liverpool played Spurs, and it was just like, bro, what's the point in watching this?
It was done in
Liverpool are going to win.
60 seconds.
Like, Liverpool are going to win.
Yeah.
And I just feel like sometimes that matters. And I think it will matter again here.
But do you not think Pep will be adamant to at least make it to a Liverpool final?
Well, did you hear Pep came out and said...
He can be as adamant as he wants, but Man City are Man City, innit?
At least he realises now, because he came out and said, I always overthink Champions League games.
But now he's thinking.
Now he's overthinking.
Yeah.
he's double.
Now he's aware of it.
He's like, oh shit, what do I do?
What does that do to his
I think Real Madrid beat Man City.
Really think
Yeah,
so?
And then Liverpool
I think Real Madrid
unfortunately beat them in the final.
I don't know. I just think Real Madrid are just such serial Champions League winners. Like, for every time they're just built to win the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Like, they are the epitome of the Champions League. And I think City, I think if City beat Real Madrid, I think they go on to win it.
Really?
Yeah, but I think they have to. What? They're very like PSG. Like, how have City not won the Champions League yet?
It's that they don't.
Well,
they don't feel like they belong. I mean, their fans boo the Champions League music.
Yeah, they played Gundogan at DM last year in the final.
Remember, because the thing was about Sterling starting, wasn't it? Everyone was surprised Sterling started.
Well, that and the fact that they didn't play either one of Fernandinho or Rodri, who played like 38 Premier League games in the season. And They changed the entire team.
Even then, I knew Chelsea were going to beat them.
Yeah,
I just knew Chelsea were going to win.
Yeah,
I just think whoever wins between Real Madrid and City win the Champions League. I don't think Liverpool win it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think Liverpool win the league?
No.
I think they have this quadruple. They have this quadruple on the cards, but I think Real Madrid or City win Champions League. I think City win the Premier League. Maybe Liverpool can win the FA Cup.
They've won the League Cup already.
I think they'll beat Palace. It's Palace, isn't it?
Palace or Chelsea?
Palace Chelsea.
Well, no, but they've got to play City this weekend. It's Liverpool City.
Oh, semi-final, isn't it? Yeah. I think maybe Liverpool win the FA Cup.
Okay.
I can see that, but I don't see them win the Prem or the Champions League.
I might get absolutely battered for this, but it could look really good next week. But I think the people or the teams to thwart Liverpool from winning the title might either be you or Spurs.
Stop expecting us to play football. People get
but it's
when Everton,
it's a Man United
we had Everton
syndrome, man. You absolutely dog shit for like 3 months. And then suddenly get a result against the biggest team in the league.
People going to me, Everton are down. Look at their fixtures, Man United, and that's defeat, and Chelsea coming up, and oh my god, I know it. They're gonna beat us. And I was like, of course they're not gonna beat you. They're gonna beat us. So obvious. They're gonna beat us. We're not turning up. We're finished. Our heads are gone. Like, we've actually had fourth there for ages.
Yeah.
And we've just not done it.
To be fair, I did also disclaimer Spurs. So if you do get slapped by Liverpool, I think Spurs have the potential to get a result.
It's so frustrating as an Arsenal fan seeing how good Spurs are right now.
Yeah.
Like, Kulusevski, Son, Kane, they're just a joke.
Yeah.
Like, they really are a joke. That is honestly such a good front three.
I can't stand Son,
What?
I think he's an amazing player. I just hate him.
Why? What? He's the most likable guy from that team.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I hate him. People trying to force you to like people. And like, he kicked someone in the balls, got sent off. Guess who was crying? Not the guy on the floor with his balls in his throat, but Son was crying. He got a little flick in his eye against United. Remember that really done my head in? When he lay on the floor for ages and got our goal disallowed. That's, I think, where this hatred started. And he was crying on the floor about that. They win, he cries. They lose, he cries. Oh, mate. I would not want him in my dressing room,
Really?
Imagine losing a game and you come back here and he's sat there crying.
He's not always crying.
He is always crying.
But if he's not crying, he's scoring goals. So which one do you want?
Cry, baby, man.
My
Sweden.
He needs to leave Spurs.
He's an amazing player. Though.
He is destined.
I
say he is destined for Barcelona.
No.
He is.
Oh, nah.
I'll give it 2 years. He's at Barcelona.
No chance.
He
He would-
suits a Barca kit. He does. I can see him
In
dripped
purple
out
and
in
pink.
Barca. Yeah, honestly, he's built for that club.
No, I don't
He
think
is.
so.
He is. Him and Aubameyang up front. Oh my days.
Yeah, no, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I think he's one of those that
I
is
can't
like
see him in the
so
Barca.
underappreciated in world football. Like, why? No disrespect to Spurs here, but why haven't
No one come in for him.
ever?
That's
Because
how
he's
it is.
never
Kane,
linked.
The spotlight's on Kane.
Do you reckon?
You have to buy them both at the
Well,
same time.
they're the best partnership in Premier League history.
Yeah, they
And
are.
he
the most
suffers
combined.
because of that. So
Yeah.
even if he was to go to Daniel Levy, like, oh, I'm thinking about leaving, they'd be like, shut the fuck up. I'm not listening to you now.
Yeah,
Had enough from this idiot over here. And then he just gets pushed to the side and gets a new contract.
I can't. Yeah,
I think if
Criminally-
I think it's because
criminally
he's a
underappreciated.
crybaby. No one wants it is.
honestly,
is
he's
true.
going in 2 years. He'll be at Barcelona. And watch this space.
no chance.
He will. Barcelona will rebuild. They might have gone out to Frankfurt.
How old is he?
Only like 28, 27.
But he never ages though.
He doesn't
I
age.
don't know. He's been like
He's
this age
Benjamin-
for
he
the
actually
last
gets
5
younger.
He's
years.
already played in Germany, hasn't he?
Yeah,
So-
Wolfsburg.
Because I was kind of thinking, I could see him in a Bayern Munich
Was it
shirt, but I
Wolfsburg?
think no, Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Bayern Munich.
He's 29, by the way.
29.
See?
Oh, so the same age as Kane.
And he's just signed a new deal, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did actually.
But he's so big. in
Well,
age
think
as
about it.
well,
If look, Bayern are out of the Champions League now.
he could go Bayern.
He could go by. If
I see that more than Barca.
Lewandowski goes, you know what? I fancy a change. Bring me to Real Madrid, Barca, PSG,
Well,
whoever.
he wants to go Barca, doesn't he?
He wants to go
He's
Barcelona.
linked with Barcelona.
Bayern Munich go, you know what? Bye-bye Lewa. Hello Son.
Yeah.
Why not?
Maybe.
I can see it happening.
Bayern Munich at Tammy Abraham.
Could you imagine?
Oh,
There's one.
you know what? He'd smash it there, I bet. You have Muller behind him. Who's going to be there
Still.
forever.
Still 24.
Still going on. Yeah. You know what? I'm really excited because I feel like it was really sad seeing Real Madrid and Barcelona just do crap.
I enjoyed the Barcelona stuff.
But when they were crap.
They had it too good for too long, and they
So what? From a Man United fan?
they caused me some serious
That's
pain.
outrageous.
Caused me some serious pain in 09 and 011. We played in the Champions League final against them, and I remember we didn't touch the ball once.
The Messi header. The Messi
And my
header.
heart was broken, bro. I've never felt so heartbroken. Like, demoralised.
Yeah.
Where you're watching the game and you're like,
It's like Everton versus
Well,
Man United.
Well, no, did you watch?
no, but you know when you're playing like Everton are crap, like they might
Yeah,
score
yeah.
an own goal or something.
Yeah.
Like against United, like against Barca, they would just battered us off the park.
Yeah.
The one in Rome, we had a chance. The one in Wembley, I just remember feeling defeated.
Yeah.
It was like,
Is that the Messi header?
I hate these. Like, yeah, he landed
When he flew.
and he had his shoe like just in
Yeah.
his hand.
Did you
Rooney scored as well. It's
Yeah.
so sad for him.
Did you watch the Rangers Braga game last night?
I didn't.
Because that's what it reminded me of. That Braga went down to 9 men.
Oh,
9.
God.
They threw everything at it.
in extra time.
Yeah.
So imagine having 9 men who can't barely walk. Honestly, the last 10 minutes, Rangers were just passing it around the back.
Yeah.
It was like they were at a little training exercise. It was so funny. That's what.
How
reminded
mental is that? Rangers and West Ham in the Europa League semi-finals.
Mate, it could be
Quality.
and it works out perfectly.
And Barca went
Imagine-
out, right?
Yeah, Frankfurt. Imagine a Rangers West Ham final.
Can that be the case? Did we work it out?
It is the case. It
How
is the
many
case.
arrests?
How many arrests?
Where is the Europa League final? Sevilla.
Yeah, how many arrests?
Mate,
There's probably
kick it.
half of West Ham community already
It'll
lives
be,
out there.
it'll be
innit?
Bosch Army versus Rangers.
Bosh Army.
No, Bosch Army. The Bosch Army. That's so funny. It's like they all wear Peaky Blinder caps.
Bosh.
It's the Bosch Army. But I'd love to see a Rangers West Ham final. I think would be incredible. I'm loving the Europa
Spain
League.
doesn't want that.
No, they do not.
Spain do not
Spain
want that.
don't want that. England and Scotland going over there and destroying their entire village.
They're dreading that.
No, I'm loving Europe. I'm loving the champion. I'm loving European football. This week
know-
has been so much enjoyment in watching these games.
It's true.
Oh, no.
And there's quite a lot of debates that have been sprung up off the back of it. And I wanted to bring up one, which is Modrić versus Xavi. Who makes your all-time 11? Which is the
Xavi
most
never
recent
won the
one.
Ballon d'Or.
That pass, by the way, though.
Oh, it's filth.
Well, Bruno did it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Nah.
different when it's in the quarterfinal of a Champions League.
Okay,
But he
yeah.
also-
And that moment, it was like,
But
was
I
it
get-
3-0 down? But
Yeah, 3-0
I've seen
down.
players. I've seen Pogba do that. Like, he
Yeah.
can play
I
those
see
passes.
me do that.
Yeah, I mean, we've
done that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a piss
But he
take.
also did the reverse pass in the first leg for Benzema's header.
Yeah, he can use both feet, but he don't have to because he can do that. And it's just his ability. It's like he's got wing mirrors on in it.
Yeah.
You ever see Modrić when he's playing? It's like someone comes from that way, he'll nip off that way. Like he's nipping off that way. He's incredible and a sight. I don't believe he should have won a Ballon d'Or.
No, I agree. I agree.
But it's good to see players like that getting appreciated because they go for so long. We kind of overlooked, the Scholeses and like just ignore them.
Yeah.
Answer to your question, Xavi or
Because when I
go Modrić.
When
Let's pretend they're not at Barca or Real.
Yeah.
I'll go Modrić.
Yeah, that's the decision I made. I said that Xavi and Iniesta are the best two pair that I've ever seen. But if you take one outright, I think Modrić maybe offers a little bit more.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I feel like Modrić reads the game like Zidane. I remember as a kid watching this video of Zidane, and it stuck with me ever since. It was just they analysed Zidane. It was like a 20-minute analysis of him and how he plays. He's always like 2-3 steps ahead just by the looks. I think Modrić does that.
But Xavi's very.
Oh yeah, no,
notorious for
don't
that
disagree. But
like you ever watch clips of Xavi?
Look, it might sound a bit it might sound a bit outrageous. I think you're right, Xavi and Iniesta. But do you think Xavi is a bit more? Is he just like a pass left right merchant?
I don't. No.
By the way, I never said that.
Yeah.
Is he?
Just asking the questions.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. It's not me. I'm just.
No, but you haven't even picked. I'm
throwing it out.
No, but you haven't picked a person.
I'm saying
yet.
I'm throwing it into the world to be discussed. Is he a left-right merchant?
No. No.
Is he a left-right merchant and goes, here you go, Iniesta?
But that was never the case either, was it?
I prefer Iniesta out of the two.
So do I.
Xavi and Iniesta.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think Iniesta
could do everything Xavi could do plus more.
Yeah.
Xavi didn't have the dribbling ability that Iniesta did.
No, but that's
what I'm saying.
Discussion. Yeah,
Is
I
Xavi
think Iniesta is better than the Modrić and.
Is Xavi just a glorified Fabregas?
What are you doing?
Fabregas, different gravy, man.
You still haven't picked a person.
What's the question?
Xavi or Modrić?
After all that,
they don't have to be at the current. Like, let's say you're signing them.
I
for
think
a new
Modrić
team.
also because of his just the amount he can run. Xavi couldn't.
Yeah, he's got everything.
Modrić had more than Xavi had.
Yeah,
Xavi's one of the best passers of the ball we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Also, you think of crucial goals.
Yeah,
I know Xavi scored some goals, and maybe
even for
in some teams he didn't have to,
well.
but Croatia.
He's pulled. Let's not beat around the bush here. Pretty bang average.
I swear Modrić scored one against
international
United.
time.
At Old Trafford.
Probably. Bloke scored everywhere, man.
Yeah, he did.
He's like 36, 37, and he's still running rings. Also, by the way, when is that Real Madrid midfield ever going to change?
It's still the same.
It
Isn't
is
it?
Still Cruz, Casemiro.
If they win this, is that their fifth?
Those three.
They won 3 in a row.
And then one in it.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's like Casemiro's up to like 5 or 6 if he wins. Yeah,
It's actually outrageous.
It's a joke, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
And Gareth Bale, he'll get another one.
yeah.
I think the fact
They brought him off the bench the other day, and I was like, oh my
he just
God,
gets
stay
booed.
there.
He gets booed every time, mate. He gets booed every time. Was it Tony Cruz or Casemiro said?
Casemiro.
It's embarrassing that you lot are booing Bale. He is our history.
Yeah.
He is Real Madrid's history.
That is sad, isn't it? It's like in England, you can just win one FA Cup with someone and we'll never forget. Just never, ever forget.
Especially at United.
Statue up for 2 FA Cups.
Yeah.
Outside the
And then like he's won 4 Champions Leagues and Copa del Rey's and they just hate him.
We've had this discussion
Quintessential
before on the
Madrid,
show.
isn't it?
Do you think it's his fault though?
No.
Because he had an issue with the media
He does, yeah.
and he's kind of taking it out on the fans. Do you get what I mean?
I know.
But the media give him a
No,
hard
but
time.
I think the fans give it to him though. I don't think he necessarily
His
took it-
off-field, he just loves to play golf, man. Okay? He has never not given it his all on the pitch. He's scored some of Real Madrid's most crucial goals in the last 10 years.
No, but you do get... He's kind of like the flip of Ryan Giggs, isn't he? When where Giggs would just play
Yeah.
for United and never play for Wales.
Yeah.
He's the flip of that where he puts Wales first. And look, that's fine. But
I think he
Real Madrid fans don't want to see
But I
that.
think he only puts Wales first because of the way Real Madrid fans treat him.
Okay. I always
I don't
felt
think he
he
used
was
to.
unhappy with the media, and then he used to do things to get a reaction from the media. But whilst doing that,
Piss off
he'd
a few
disenfranchise his fans
Yeah.
because. But then I remember seeing some videos of his car just getting chased out of the training ground and getting booted and all that. Remember
I think
that?
it's just like Real Madrid fans are just top. They just
Spanish fans love chasing a car and boot it, don't they? They just chase a car down.
yeah,
But they're so used to like perfection at that club, isn't it? Yeah. If players don't behave how they want them to behave, then
Have you
They
been?
turn on them.
You guys have been to Bernabeu, right?
never seen a game, but I've
Mate.
been to the stadium.
One
Yeah.
sideways pass and they start waving white flags and whistling and that. So you kind of see where it comes
Yeah.
from. Even Ronaldo used to get a hard time,
Really?
and he was the greatest player I've ever had.
I saw Messi score a hat trick at Camp Nou before, but I've never been to a Real Madrid match. I'd love to go.
That's a good one. That in 50 years time.
yeah.
And the
I saw
maddest thing
Messi
is,
get a
well,
hat
I say I saw the hat trick. The first goal he scores in the game is a
Getting a
free
hot dog.
kick. Is a free kick, and we're with Nike, and the bus is late, so we rock up like half an hour into the game,
Oh,
So you didn't
and
see
I
the hat
I
trick?
walk up the stairs,
saw a brace.
and the ball's gone in the back of the net, and I'm like, hang on a minute, has he just scored a free kick? And we're 30 minutes late to this game. I saw it on the TV screens. Saw the other two.
So yeah, basically saw it.
You saw a brace and a
We can
pinch
count.
of it.
We can
Yeah,
count.
yeah.
We can count it. But I want to briefly touch on it because we've had this discussion before. Who's the best British player of all time?
Wayne Rooney.
That was obvious. He was obviously going to say that.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. So I think it's Wayne Rooney or Gareth Bale. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale's a shout.
Well, your team Rooney, I'm team Bale, which is why we had this.
But I'd
discussion.
put Giggs ahead of Bale.
Really?
The reason is, I think Bale, and maybe
I suppose.
we're not appreciating how serious what he did with Real Madrid was, because what he did was amazing. But I just feel like
You say Giggs for
Because-
longevity, Premier League,
for
Champions
his-
League.
more for his club career. I just feel like he's had a better club career, even with all of that.
That's fair. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I don't.
But do you think he's a technically better player than Gareth Bale? Would you if
Wait.
you could swap prime Bale for prime Giggs back in the day and know that you'd still win the same amount of trophies at United?
Giggs would be better to watch for me.
Do you really think?
Do you
so?
remember? Do you remember Giggs in his early days?
I do
don't know.
remember because he
When he
scored.
tore
He
up
scored
Arsenal.
I used to-
phenomenal goals against us.
I used to
so-
have the curly hair and
And the
pretend to be
curly
Ryan
chest.
Giggs, yeah, and run around and that. And no, he was just skipping through defenses and all those kind of things. And I've grown up on videos of like
But you
the
got to remember.
94 season, the 96 season. He was incredible back then. And back then, people didn't get to see, like, this is what I used to go to a lot of games when I was a kid. And David Beckham for me is one of the best players ever. I'd even put him in a top 10.
Well, yeah,
We
did. Yeah.
Like, and David Beckham for me is amazing. But people used to say, I remember a journalist recently kind of come out and was like, oh, Trent is better than Beckham. I don't know, can't remember what it was. And I remember thinking, bruv, first of all, you were about 5 when Beckham was playing. And second of all, unless you went to the game, very rarely did you ever see that 90 minutes. Because it went on TV, you'd see about 3 minutes on Match of the Day, 4 minutes. So how could you be judging all these players? I don't know. Ryan Giggs was mad. Well, some of the things he was doing were different class. And maybe you don't have Bale without Giggs. Like, maybe there's a progression there,
I
like
see
a
what you
baton
mean.
being passed. Giggs was amazing, though.
Well, even David Beckham. I think David Beckham now has this. It's sort of backfired in his face, like because he's such now a celebrity.
He's a brand. Isn't
People
he?
forget
How good
how
he was.
good he was.
He
Like,
should have won the
signed
Ballon
by
d'Or in 99.
he got signed by Real Madrid and was one of their best Galacticos.
He should have won the Ballon d'Or in 99.
Do you think?
Yeah, Rivaldo won it. But we beat that Barcelona. We had Barcelona, Bayern Munich in our Champions League group. We finished ahead of both of them. We beat Bayern Munich in the final. Beat Inter, Juventus. Like, yeah, Rivaldo won it. Like, Beckham should have won it that year.
But like he was the most caps for England.
I've seen it other outfield player, isn't it?
Yeah, well, for a men's player as well.
Yeah.
Captain of Man United, captain of England. Even I know it's not the biggest thing in the world. Most free kicks scored in the
Played
Premier
for
League.
AC Milan,
AC Milan,
Paris
PSG,
Saint-Germain.
He tore it up, and he was the first big signing in America going to LA Galaxy.
Modern, yeah.
Well, he
modern,
revolutionised Premier League football, didn't he? To like a bigger audience.
He was the man,
Like,
mate. He was making me buy Brill cream and that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It's like what?
He revolutionised the mohawk.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's the biggest thing he
but
did.
He was generational in a completely different sense. Of
Did
the
you have
word,
curtains, mohawk?
No, I had
Mate?
mohawk.
Yeah, I had every hairstyle Beckham's ever had.
I had the curtains, and then can you see like this growth of my hair here is a bit weird compared to the rest?
Yeah,
That came from. Do you remember when he had a haircut where it went through? Like,
Yeah.
it went through and around.
yeah.
I had that, and so like it's just
Yeah.
it's mad. But like I used to cop, mate. Every Christmas I'd have Beckham aftershave.
I've still got
A
no
book.
Beckham aftershave.
Yeah, my mom still buys it me. It's like,
Still
Man,
Beckham.
I
32.
Yeah, I have David Beckham deodorant. That's what I've got on right
same.
now. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, he's the man, mate. He's the man.
So have you ever met Beckham?
So I've never. He's my GOAT interview.
I
I
think
say
he's
if I
number one
interview
for
him,
me.
I'll quit.
Really?
Yeah, I'll just knock it on the head after that because I'm done. But I remember, like, I've met him at like when he walked past at football. But I remember we went to a charity game, and I was in the mix zone after, and I was stood there, and players were coming through for interviews. But he never came through for an interview. He just had to go through and cut out, and then like they've opened the gate in front of me to let him out, and I'm like, bro, oh my god, it's David Beckham.
You got brush shoulders.
Shook his hand and like
You shook his hand.
grabbed him
There's
and
very
like,
few. There's very few people
Shook
in
his
the
hand.
world where
smelled
that
nice.
happens.
He weren't wearing his own aftershave, by the way. Disappointed at that.
But you shook his hand.
yeah.
That's
Touched
fucking
him.
sick. That is sick.
Because like he's my. It's so much so that I think like there was a behind the scenes video, and I took the screenshot of him just like walking past me because it's like
you got
that's
it. You got it.
Beckham, like my hero.
Are there any other footballers like that in English culture where it's
Gaza.
it's almost revered?
Gaza.
You know, like yeah.
I've
Georgia
never.
Best was
Yeah.
probably. Although it's not English.
Paul Gascoigne, I've never seen.
But that's what I'm saying. Like to be that in England, to be that like, oh my god, that's
well, even
David
like,
Beckham.
but it's amongst other players. Like I touched this before. Like at the Rangers game, you had the World 11, which had Figo, Kaká, big cheers,
Mate.
Okay, Rangers come out,
It's that picture.
even
by the way.
bigger cheers.
Stupid.
I know.
Stupid.
But then Gaza came out by himself. Every single player on that pitch stopped and looked,
Yeah.
and like applauded him. I've never heard a reception like that in my life.
I love seeing him score, but it's bittersweet
It was, I think it was
because they had to let him,
Yeah.
and it's kind
quite
of like,
sad.
It's sad to see someone that was so good. It's like I don't know, we go goals nowadays, and we know we're not.
Well,
good
but
enough.
he's only
Sad,
like
isn't it?
55.
Yeah, it's sad.
But he looks like
Yeah,
a
it's-
70-year-old. Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
I think you also look at like there's been a documentary recently released on it. I want to watch, and you look at like when he was like in rehab and stuff like that. They had his phones tapped. Everything he was talking about was in papers. Like, like I feel sorry for that guy, man.
Yeah.
Like he had to deal with so much stuff.
Mm.
Like crazy, man.
But it just shows like how much, as a footballer, like a footballer nowadays always revere Gaza as like the one of the best of all time.
I also think as well because he sacrificed so much for I think players now. I think there is almost a duty of care there now, innit? Where people go think about his mental health or think about this or think about that. It's like, let's say Harry Maguire was being ridiculed 10 years ago for now. Because what you'd be seeing would be different, right?
Yeah.
In the papers and all that kind of stuff. I think I think a lot of players must look at him and go, thank you, mate, because
Yeah.
you've saved us from so
But
much.
at the expense of himself.
Yeah, at the expense of himself, his family, all sorts.
Yeah.
Like when he talks about that, he was getting paranoid because he was talking to his family and then stuff will get leaked because his phone was getting tapped. But he'd think, yo, that's my family. I tell him, like my mom's telling everyone.
Especially
like,
back in the day, why do you think that is your own phone? That is.
yeah, like you would. It's not now where you go, I'm getting deaf or something weird here. But like, yeah, so feel sorry for him, man. Feel sorry for him. And then when you look at the career, he had the injuries that he had as well. He had some big injuries at some crucial times. How revered he is in Italy. How many players, English players, are loved like that in Italy?
It's true.
Everywhere it goes, everyone just loves him, don't they? Really?
It's because he's a human being in it.
Yeah.
I think, and you can relate
Very
to
raw.
that.
Yeah.
Everyone's got someone like that in your family, and everyone can relate to that.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's sad. Was it like to meet him though? Did you get
Well, that
chat to him or?
So it was actually the third time I met him. So I met him the first time. I didn't really get to chat him. Went to BBC Sports Personality of the Year, and I was looking for my seat. I'm like, fuck me, I'm second row. And I looked to my left. I'm like, and it's like someone, and then Paul Gascoigne. I'm like, oh my days. And then Phil Neville in front of me. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
What is here?
So at the end of the Sports Personality, I was like, Paul, can I please get a photo? You're like absolute hero. And since I asked, everyone just joined the queue. I started off. Second time I met him was at, you remember the classic football shirts?
Yeah.
They had, I don't know if you went to, it was like last summer, classic football shirts had a thing. And I couldn't find the way in. I didn't know where I was going. So I just opened the door. And
It was with him. It was an event with Gascoigne.
and Ian Wright.
Yeah.
And I went through this door and I just happened to open up the green room door. So Wrighty was in there. He goes, oh, Theo, come here. I said hello to him.
Oh,
And then, but then because but it was weird because it was obvious that I knew him. Gazza came up to us like, oh, good to see you.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'd sort of gone up a weird in that room. And then I was like, okay, see, I don't belong. I'm going back, leaving the green room now. But at the game, it was like, I remember the celebration. I was like, fuck, I'm just going to join in and just like celebrate with Gazza. And he just like chucked me the ball, shook my hand. And it was very like, I really took a moment to just like look around because the sun was setting as well. And I look around, I was like, fuck.
That's it, man.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
That picture's class, by the way. Like,
yeah,
it looks photoshopped. Like,
it's so stupid.
bro, who the fuck is that?
What? Do you know what? I was like, for that photo, I was like, where am I going to stand here? And I was like, I'm in the middle.
Proper David May in '99. You were there.
I'm in the middle next to Kaka. I was like, oh my god.
Did you shout "cut it back, Kaka" or anything like that?
No, but there was one
Shut
moment. He really went out of his way to like play me in and like really look for me, and I loved it. But Figo, man, he should have passed one time. He should have passed and he didn't. I was like, motherfucker, I could have been in there.
He got me.
But it's weird though, because you know the whole cut it back Kaka thing.
So he's talking about playing with Figo.
Yeah.
Kaka.
But you know that cut it
Not
back. You know
playing,
that
It's
clip.
not fair, is it?
You know the
It's
clip
not
of
fair.
cut it back Kaka. It makes perfect sense. When you're on the pitch, it doesn't matter who they are. You just play.
Oh,
football.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like everything that they've done in their career goes out of your head.
course.
I
Everything
injured
goes out your
Park
head.
Ji Sung when I played with him. Went in for a challenge at him.
Was this
Put him out
like
for 2 months.
United charity match or something?
It was, when one of the sponsors at United is like an old betting partner that literally disappeared
Yeah.
straight after, and they just had the pitch. And then
Play at Old-
they just
Have
invited
you, how many?
us.
Have
Who
you played at
else-
Old Trafford? then?
Yeah, that was a one-time only.
Who
time I
else played in
there.
that game?
Jamal 1-5 played.
Oh, yeah.
I think Spencer played.
Oh, any other
There
United
was
players?
Wes Brown.
Oh, right.
So and me and Wes Brown have done like. I remember we'd done stuff for like the Man United Foundation where we played wheelchair football, and me and him were getting involved. And it's so hard. I was,
Yeah, I
driving
bet,
into
yeah.
walls and all sorts. And like we've got like a little relationship. So
Yeah.
we're playing against each other. And I remember at a corner I was going, "Where's I've got you here, mate? I've fucking got you. I'm scoring this." And as I've gone up, jumped up to head the ball, he just put his arm in like. I was like, "Can't breathe."
They take it seriously, don't they?
Yeah, I'm finished. Yeah, because they don't want no little
Yeah.
knobhead like us rocking up. And, like, I think it was Richard Dunn. I played with him in like I played with him, not quite Kaka, sorry. I played with him in like a 5-a-side, chucked a few step overs and megged him, and I could tell he wanted to.
Crunch you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
It hurt him.
Who's the
I tried
most?
to dink a goalkeeper as well. I can't remember who that was. And he got
Who's the
angry.
player that you've met, played with, spoken to, interviewed that you're like? Who's number one that you've done so?
Oh, Eric.
Cantona.
Yeah. So the great thing about this is when he opened his Instagram account and like he followed like 11 accounts and we were one of the first ones he followed. So it was like, he follows Man United, full-time Devils. What the hell is he following
That's
us for?
sick.
So then we DM'd him. Like, "Oh, I love your stuff and that. Like, how you doing?
Yeah, love
you
your
doing?
goals.
Love your goals.
Love your
Yeah.
karate kick.
Yeah.
Thanks for following us. Love you. And then we'd comment on pictures and he'd like them or he'd say thanks, send a thumbs up back. And then we just interviewed him one day and went, we messaged him, can we interview you? And we've got a yes, do you know what I mean?
He just
And he's gone, he was doing like a book launch, like where he was releasing loads of doodles and that. And he basically invited us. I think the other one was BBC and the other one was The Guardian. And it was like, okay, we shouldn't be here, but we're here. Right. Amazing. He turns up And he goes, "Oh, I need to eat. Do you mind if just wait?" And I was like, "Mate, we will do whatever you want. Just relax. You know what I mean? Let's wait." And then he sat down with his food there. He had wine. I had like a Guinness and that. So then now we're having a beer and that together. Like, so we just sat there and he's got the aura, just everything. And when you speak to him, it's so difficult to interview him, especially me being someone that just loves him. Because when he talks, he pauses a lot and he thinks.
Yeah.
And when you're eager and you're interviewing someone and you got people looking at you because you've got X amount of time left, it's easy for you to go and try and bring another question in, but he ain't finished. So it's so hard to like start. But that was the moment where I thought, this is amazing. Like,
wait, that's so sick.
And then Larson was good. Henrik Larson, we DM'd him.
Oh, that's cool.
And he was like, just come and meet me in Helsingborg and we'll do
Really?
it. And I was like, fucking yeah, we're in Helsingborg.
What was he like?
Amazing. He's like a king. Just rocks up, he's chewing tobacco, he's chilling. Like he invited. We went into this restaurant in Helsingborg, and it was just beautiful restaurant. The setting was nice, and it was just it was just different. I like interviewing players when they're retired.
Yeah, because they're a bit more relaxed when they're retired.
Yeah,
they can talk
a bit more relaxed. When they're playing as well, they're scared of being caught out.
Yeah,
I get it.
100%.
I get it, but it's like it's good to just be able to chat to someone when they're done. But Jesse was really good with us as well. He's been really open to us, and he's someone that plays.
But I think Lingard's like, he's sort of defining, like, I feel like him, Mason Mount, Declan Rice, they're this new era of player that are actually much more open and they're much more like connected with the younger audience. Like, do you remember, like, if you look at Lampard, Gerrard, that era, they were very much like untouchable. You could never break them. You could never get anywhere near them. The thought of getting anywhere near them
never
like,
DM you
they were
back.
like God. They never DM you back. Whereas this generation are much more, they're connected with the fans, which I rate it.
I think they have to be, innit? They have to be. I think
it's the way
partly business wise, social media wise, and that. Yeah. But you also, if you don't give anything, then the media are just going to take anyway.
Yeah.
So at least if you give, people can get to know you a little bit more and all that. Because it's going to be let's say you're going through something, they're just going to be ruthless. Yeah. So as long as you're open, and I think social media allows people to have their own narratives and to have their own truth. Back in the day when we talk about like Gaza getting his phone tapped and all these different things, it's like those kind of issues probably aren't there now for him to deal with. But then there's different on social media. How do you handle that?
What do you remember when Beckham
million people
got sent off against Argentina? The death threats.
The effigies that were hanging up about him.
That was outrageous.
That was part of the like when a World Cup comes around, I want England to do well. But a lot of the reason why my heart is around all that stuff. Like, it was really weird. Remember after that, and then Euro 2000, Phil Neville got it. I remember Wembley singing "Stand Up If You Hate Man United" and that, and me just thinking, I'm not sure about this. So I really wanted England to win back then, and I just kind of fell out of love with it around that time.
Then the Rooney came through, and we were the golden generation.
Your own fans booing you. Remember that?
That was like full time, wasn't it? Against who was it against? It was some like deadbeat team, I swear.
It was the America-Algeria group. Remember when they went easy? Was it Slovakia?
Oh, yeah, because it's kind of come around again, isn't it? Sort of thing.
What, their new group in the World Cup?
Yeah.
Because I'm just conscious of the time. Before we move on to the quiz, how do you think we're going to do in the World Cup in Qatar?
Southgate will hold us back again.
Hold us back after a semi-final and a final.
I think England should have won at least one of those.
We should have beaten Italy, but I think I don't. Look, you can't blame Southgate.
I've got to give him a bit more credit for what he's done, but I do think got to do more with this squad, man. Got to do more with this squad. But the World Cup's harder, innit? I'm not expecting us to win the World Cup, but the Euros should be winning that. I mean, Wales got to the semi-final of the Euros.
I think. Well, if you just look at the progression, semi-final, final.
When you look at it that way, but then when you look at it Italy aren't even at this World Cup.
Yeah, exactly.
They
haven't been for a while.
That's how I feel like with this England team, we'll be favourites until we play them.
I just,
and they'll play themselves into form in a tournament, and then we'll bottle it.
I just hope we don't, like, we look back at the golden generation era. I hope in 10 years' time we don't look back and go, that was our chance and we blew it. To like when we lost Italy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if our squad is an abundance of talent.
But do you think
going forward?
So you're saying internationally a trophy defines how good you are?
Not necessarily, but it plays a massive part of it.
Because the current period that we've had is like the most successful since 60.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. But I just think it would be a shame if in 10 years' time we look back and say we didn't win anything.
That's fair.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially if there's more World Cups than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to become less and less.
Every year.
Every year.
Yeah.
They've had 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see England with like 5 of them.
Yeah.
They come every year.
We move on to the favourite part of the show.
Can do.
The quiz.
Ooh.
So behind you on the board, there are names and numbers corresponding to how many answers people got right. Now you can see that. Actually, who's probably most relevant to you up there? Who do you want to beat?
I need to beat Boovy.
Oh, Boov got
shit.
I nearly just ate this mic.
Unfortunately, you cannot beat Boov because he got full marks. So
Yeah, I can
Also-
get 4.
you can level.
I like Big G, so I want to beat him.
Yeah, you got 3. Yeah, there you go.
Before we start the quiz, I do have some breaking news.
Which is
Sean Dyche has
Man United manager.
has been fired,
Oh,
along
no
with
way.
assistant manager Ian Wowen, first team coach and goalkeeping coach.
now?
What?
Why now?
Exactly. Why now? Even Muamba's first reply saying, "What's the point of doing this now?"
What? I thought he was going to live forever. Sean Dyche was supposed to
That's a disgrace.
be at
bro.
Burnley for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
That's a disgrace.
That makes no sense. That
But
actually makes no sense.
Yeah.
That's unfair, man.
Yeah.
Something's happened, yeah. I want to know what's happened.
Right, anyway.
No, something's happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, it has to. I reckon Sean Dyche is not.
he's filled someone in?
Not the owner.
4 of them have gone. Basically his coaching staff.
We know what that means.
Unless they've got
hat
a-
trick.
Weghorst
Come on.
hat trick.
Unless they've got a real good championship manager lined up.
Well, who's the interim? Who are they getting in?
Weghorst.
Give it Giggsy.
James Tarkowski, manager.
Jay Rodriguez.
Jay Rodriguez managing the team.
That is mad though.
Who are Burnley's legends?
After 7 years.
Who are Burnley's
Who
legends?
would Burnley's Giggs be?
Oh, fuck knows.
Right, he played for Burnley, isn't
I don't think Ian Wright would be considered a Burnley legend
I
more than
mean,
like.
he? He's the only player we could think of right now.
It'd be like
James Tarkowski.
that's what I mean. It'd be
Nick
the current,
Pope.
yeah, Nick Pope.
Ben Mee.
I can't believe that. Right, yeah, let's do the quiz and
Yeah,
just
that's
forget
shocking.
about.
That's mad, isn't
That's
it?
the most shocked I've ever been about a manager that's
Kieran
going to get a
Trippier.
team relegated.
He was supposed to
Being
have his
sacked.
press conference today, and he's not even going to be able to do that.
That is bizarre.
I think that's the least of his worries, though. Press conference.
Yeah.
What about the press
He
conference?
kept them up for 7 years. Every season they were going to get relegated.
Should he be
kept-
where they are? Are they underperforming?
No.
He got European
Keep it-
football. He got Burnley to European football.
Yeah, he
That's
did, didn't he?
mental.
He kept him in the Premier League. Like Burnley aren't a Premier League.
No, I agree with you. I
He
agree
was
with you.
he
But
was the longest standing
I know.
Premier League manager, right?
Yeah.
So who's the next one now?
I think
don't
this is
know
the
who
end.
it is.
This is the
probably
end.
Klopp or Pep.
Do you reckon? It actually probably
Yeah,
is.
probably is. This is the end of Burnley now, though. They're not coming back in the Prem for a decade.
Yeah, I think we could be onto one of them. You know, like when Sheffield Wednesday went and we
Yeah.
just haven't seen him since.
Yeah, I think the same.
Bring
way.
back Sheffield Wednesday, by the way.
Well,
It's true.
Forest, another club.
Huge
They
club.
should be coming up this season. But anyways,
Hopefully, maybe we know. Now.
Hopefully
Anyways.
they beat Bournemouth at the end of the season.
Yeah. I'd like to see him get automatic because then at least you know they're coming.
Yeah.
We'll see.
quiz.
Quiz. Hammers.
And if you want to play along, leave your comments in the comment section down below. And we love the fact that none of you cheat.
Boovy got 5.
5 of them.
Yeah.
But no, Boovy's 5 doesn't really count because it was a
Yeah,
poor week.
questionable one. Questionable.
never not bringing that week up.
I'm never going to live that down.
It was like, what's 1 + 1?
No, it wasn't that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Question number 1.
How many points you get for winning the Premier League game?
Who is currently the youngest player to have a Ballon d'Or?
Hold on.
It's got to be, innit? Is it?
Youngest players?
I think I know. I think I know. Yeah, I think I know.
R9.
The youngest player currently to have a Ballon d'Or.
Oh, current playing.
Oh,
Oh.
not the young player to ever win the Ballon d'Or.
No, currently the youngest person alive that has a Ballon d'Or.
Youngest person
So-
alive.
Yeah, so who's the young person to win the Ballon d'Or?
Currently playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not retired.
I can see why people don't get 5 out of 5.
Yeah,
Who's still playing?
who is currently the youngest player to have a Ballon
So
d'Or?
who is not retired?
They can be retired.
Okay, this is a confusing
So
question.
we're looking Ronaldo, Messi, Modric.
Yeah,
There's one more player, but he's retired.
but is he younger than the others?
I think he was younger than all of them when he won.
No,
No,
currently. So who's the youngest out of those three, basically? And it's Messi, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's Messi.
Is it?
But it's not us. We're not answering.
Oh, okay.
Messi.
It is Messi, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, who won the Ballon d'Or at the youngest age? Was it Michael
I
Owen?
thought it was Owen.
I think it was Owen, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Owen won it really young.
Yeah, he was like 19, 20,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
he?
was really, he probably shouldn't have won that year either.
Well, it's just the Argentina goal.
I think he had
wasn't
like
it?
16 goals in that season.
Yeah, the goal against Argentina.
Yeah, that goal.
That
was
was
Germany as well.
That was the one that cemented his.
Do you remember how did you feel when Sol Campbell's goal got disallowed? I celebrated that so hard at that game. He was like too young.
Probably too young.
How do you feel when Sol Campbell scored against Barcelona in 06 Champions League final? Thought, oh my god, we're going to win Champions League.
And then Labour got sent off.
Shit.
Yeah.
Larson.
That was so Arsenal, isn't it? Labour to get sent off.
That was Pires' last game for us as well. He got subbed off for Almunia.
He went to, was it Villarreal after that?
Yeah.
Marcos Senna.
Question number 2, I've chucked an extra true or false in there. So,
Ooh.
true or
Hey.
false, Matt Busby won an FA Cup with Manchester City.
Yeah, true.
It is true.
Okay, well, yeah.
That's quite obscure to be false.
Yeah, it was as a player when he played for
Really?
City in 34,
Did he?
35.
In when?
1934, 35.
Bloody
Oh,
hell.
Rory was at one of them games.
It still plays like Rory. I didn't, mate. I didn't know Rory was like 38 or something. 70?
I love Rory. He's mental, but he's been about for a long time.
Long time.
You know when you
How's
watch
he-
UK Gold, he pops up on there. You're like,
Yeah, he does.
like what?
Probably
How old's
does.
Rory?
Yeah.
just
How-
He's knocking about with Reg Hollis and that.
Because you got a podcast with him. How has he been off the back of Real Madrid knocking him out?
Rory was, after they lost against, who did they lose to just before the
Brentford.
Brentford? So they got battered by Brentford, and he went, that means we're knocking Real Madrid out. And I was like, how does even Tony giving you a rattling make you so much more confident for that? And then when they went like in the second leg, when they went 3-0 up or something, I thought, oh my God, he's right. He's right, isn't he? But yeah, thankfully they got knocked out. But he's still clinging to some hope and positives in that.
Good for him.
But I feel like,
Pretty good.
whilst before the second leg you go, they'll do well to make this a game.
Yeah.
Once they're 3-0 up, I think they missed the opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Real Madrid had been rattled.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you're on two
Yeah,
out of 2?
2 at 2.
Question number 3. Who was the first Asian player to score 50 Premier League goals?
50.
Ooh.
Oh, it might be.
I got 2 names.
Can't
Premier
be
League.
Park, because I don't think Park scored 50 Premier League goals. for us.
Is that you for a long time?
But Premier League goals only.
Yeah.
50 is quite a lot.
He never scored 50.
I've only got one name.
It has to be Son, isn't it?
Yeah, son. Is it?
It is your favourite player, human song.
Yeah.
Crybaby Son.
Crybaby.
Well, just
son.
the rest of the
I wonder how many
continent
Park got though.
went, like 20 something?
He's got a lot against Arsenal. He used to always score against
always.
Arsenal.
Arshavin versus
I
Liverpool.
reckon he had 20 Premier League goals.
I thought 25, something
He
like
was
that.
originally a winger, then he got moved to like CDM, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's weird because when he was at PSV, he was like nominated for UEFA Forward of the Year. Remember when they got semi-finals in the Champions League? And then, came to United.
19 goals,
Bargain.
21 assists.
19 goals.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
21 assists. So
3 out of 3.
40 contributions in 154 games. That's not bad, considering he was put literally everywhere on the pitch.
And
Well,
he was
remember-
put there just to rattle people.
And you remember
Yeah.
Fergie
Freelon
came out and
Park.
said the final against Barcelona. He said the one mistake, one regret I have in my entire career, the biggest regret is not putting Park on Messi for the entire game.
Hmm.
He thinks if he did that, he would have won Champions League final.
That's testament to how much part work then. Isn't it?
Exactly. 3 out of 3 so far.
Yeah. Question number 4 is another true or false. There were plans for a building in Dubai to be built called the Steven Gerrard Tower with a £1 million apartment for him at the top of it.
Is that true or false?
True or false?
False.
I reckon it's bollocks, and it's just
I
another
reckon
name,
it's false. Yeah.
somebody else's name. And he's
Why would you name it Steven Gerrard?
True.
False.
It's true.
Oh, no way.
Back in 2008, Gerrard agreed to put his name on the block in return for the flat at the project.
It sounds like Michael Owen sort of thing.
Yeah,
that.
no, that's
you
what
got.
I
If you
thought.
do,
Remember the helicopter thing? Michael
Yeah.
Owen did?
why would you
Boom
not-
spoke about it. Boom spoke about it.
Why
didn't
would
he?
you not do that? If they're offering you £1 million apartment in Dubai, yeah, I can put my name in it.
No,
I'll
but
take it.
what I thought Jamie was doing again was where he's just switched the names out, and it's like
yeah, and it doesn't feel like that's a Steven Gerrard thing.
Tower.
yeah.
But it never fell through, did it?
Just didn't
I've let
go ahead.
BV win.
You could say it slipped.
Oh, that's harsh.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was thinking of a joke, slip joke, but it just wasn't there.
Question number 5
Sorry.
is Theo's favourite part of the show. Who am I?
I'm elite at this. Never get them wrong.
Having played for only 3 clubs in my career, spanning from the mid-70s to the late 90s,
Got it.
I managed to score almost 150 goals in over 700 appearances as a midfielder, with over 340 of those games being for Manchester United. As a player, I won 2 Premier Leagues, 3 FA Cups, a League Cup, 2 Charity Shields, and a European Cup Winners' Cup. I became
Paul Ince.
Who?
Paul Ince.
It's not Paul Ince.
Okay. Can I? I'm
I'll give you-
What do
I'll
we
give
do?
you- I'll give you
We've
one.
never had that before.
Yeah,
what
no,
do
I've
we
not
do?
had that before.
I know who it is,
It's
actually.
just broken me.
Do we just give him another go?
Yeah, sorry.
I'll give,
Alright,
you,
yeah.
I'll give you one more guess
sorry.
because I let you finish it.
Usually it's just like you think and then guess, but
Yeah.
I mean we've never had that on the show
Because
before.
hopefully the
This
second
is
half.
4 out of 5.
uncharted territory.
4 out of 5.
I became a player manager in 1994, and in my 7 years as a manager, I guided this team to 3 Wembley finals, which were all lost, and earned them promotion to the
Brian
Premier League
Robson.
Yeah, it's Brian Robson. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to take the first answer. We're only...
Did you know that?
Yeah.
It was the European Cup Winners' Cup. Once I went there,
I swear to God.
You were going to say Brian
I
Robson?
swear to God.
Fair play.
Paul Ince played in Cup Winners' Cup, but
Paul Ince was he's a bit young
you,
for 70s.
oh yeah, shit, he said 70s,
He's
isn't
played
it?
from like 75 to 97, Brian Robson.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah.
How
I
many
did
did
it
you
here.
get? 3.
Are we saying a 4.5? Or are we saying a 4?
I got one wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, you got the
Well,
general.
it's- yeah. it's-
Oh,
Four.
3.5.
That's a 4. That.
3.5.
Four.
Oh, wait,
Four,
Paul
that.
Ince?
Yeah, but I didn't know the
we'll
rules.
we'll put 4 asterisks
yeah.
like we did
A
for
4
other
asterisk.
people.
Oh, 4 asterisks. Then we'll take a 4 asterisk.
It's like Liverpool's league title, isn't it? Asterisks.
Wait, what do you think about
Okay, we do.
last game of the season? They're level on points.
Don't think so. Don't think
Villa.
different. I know what you're
Coutinho,
yeah.
Gerrard!
I know what you're trying
Beat
to say.
City.
Yeah.
Liverpool win the league.
A lot, all the Liverpool fans are sort of like romanticizing it that it's going to happen as well, aren't they? When City are going to be like 4 points ahead at that point. So
Yeah,
I don't think it's over. It's
you
not.
don't think? Wait, you think it's going to go final day?
I've got a horrible.
I'd love it to go final day. Give me
Yeah, I knew-
give me United City again. But that was a good day for you.
That's
Both-
one of the worst
both
days
days.
ever. That.
yeah.
Because you won the league.
I just deflated that day. I
You
think I
won the
lied
league.
there like with a tear in my eye.
Like, you won the league.
And the worst thing is, we went into that day going, City have got to play QPR. No way we're winning this league. And then it unravels like that. Plus, someone needs to check Joey Barton's bank account. And someone needs to check Neda Manua's bank account. Why are you getting sent off, first of all? And have you seen Neda Manua's tackle in the box
What
when
for-
Aguero scores?
What for Ballot or the?
Aguero scores. He's just diving all over the place. He did not want... It's fixed, that was. I promise.
But you're not. I know. Obviously, it's a horrible moment as a Man United fan. But do you not? Is it not like?
I can see why people love it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's the best moment in Premier League
You
history.
can look back on it now and be like, fuck.
No, it's still...
You got to have the yin to have the yang, haven't you?
Yes, and that also made Fergie hungrier for 2012-13.
Yeah.
Like, we probably don't get Van Persie. Do you have that season then?
The fact, honestly, that period when Arsenal just sell their best players to the
It's
rivals.
so funny, wasn't it?
And we
And
had,
you
and
could
we
see
had
it
to, and we
happening.
had to give him a guard of honour.
Oh, yeah.
What was actually wrong with us then?
Bring
Like,
back that Arsenal
What
period.
was wrong with us then?
Are you worse now than you were then, you think? Because
No,
I think you were better then.
Nah.
Really?
You're a Champions League
actually,
team,
we
Ah,
you know
yeah.
what, the one
We're close to it now.
the
I
one
suppose.
thing we should have done, we came second to Leicester City.
I remember there was a game where you beat Leicester.
Yeah,
Danny
we did.
Welbeck
Danny
scored.
Welbeck.
We
yeah.
should have won that.
And I
league.
remember that day I thought, Arsenal winning the league.
We should have won the league.
Yeah.
We should have won the league.
No, but we only finished second because Spurs fucked it, man. They were supposed to. They were the challengers. We were in third.
Was it? Yes, but I remember that day when you beat Leicester, thinking Arsenal are winning the league.
Yeah,
but that was partly because we all thought Leicester were going to
couldn't.
flop it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember. I think Leicester at like just before Christmas were like still like 500 to 1 or something.
yeah, they
1,000 to 1.
were. They were.
And someone went to me, "Should I do that?" And I went, "Nah, don't do
You
that.
may as well put £2
Waste
on
the
it.
money, mate."
Yeah.
And then it happened.
What? Never see that again.
You never know. They don't even do it. They do Burnley like 500 to 1.
Literally never. We will never see that ever again.
No, not with the like financing it.
No. Before we finish, because I know conscious of time, we have got fixtures, and it will be for game week. Hang on,
33. Or do you want to do 33 or it's 34, isn't it? Technically.
It's 34. What ones haven't we done? Yeah, it's 34. Game week 34 we're doing.
Yeah.
So that'll be Saturday. Early kickoff is Arsenal at home to United.
Yeah.
Who wins? Or is it a draw? Don't back the early kickoff. They say.
I'm not going to say what I really think. Manchester United win.
But you know what?
Fair.
This game, yeah, it's classic Arsenal to lose, and it's classic United to lose.
It'd be 0-0 then.
Yeah.
So
I remember there was a game once where I think United had the season wrapped up away, and we played a 0-0 at Old Trafford. One of the worst games I've ever seen. But we were good then. But yeah, we'll probably have the reverse of that.
I pray Arsenal win. Well, actually, it's weird because we actually win 2-1.
This is still in the future, though.
Yeah, I know. Leicester.
Can't do it like that.
Leicester at home. Wait, hang on. So you're going United, Arsenal.
Gotta go Arsenal.
Leicester.
We've got
home,
more to challenge for at this
Leicester
point.
at home to Villa.
Leicester. I don't know what's happened to Steve Gerrard at the moment.
Well,
Sussed out, you think?
No, I said this from the start. I said it'd be underwhelming. I said Villa would finish 13th. It's on a podcast from like 4 or 5 months ago.
I do think it's a downgrade on Dean Smith.
do you think?
Yeah.
I think there was
Really?
I think
Dean
there was
Smith was
far
good,
too
man.
much expert. You know, the only thing that swayed me into thinking maybe he's got something good here is when he picked up Dean Coutinho and like holding out of nowhere.
It's got power.
Sorry, Chambers out of nowhere, and I was like, oh my god, Gerrard's got
Give
pull.
him the
Gerrard's
summer.
got pull, but he's not
Give
got.
him the
He has
summer.
got pull.
He's not got management.
I think he'll do well next season.
You reckon?
Give him the summer. Make whatever he needs to do. Change needs to.
He kind of did that in January, and then
yeah, but you can only do so much in January. You've got the whole summer to work for the new squad. I'm going to go for a Leicester home win.
draw.
That's the kind of game Leicester lose, though, I think.
Yeah, it
Haven't
is.
said that. Oh, yeah. Leicester win. I thought I said it.
Yeah, he did say.
Oh,
it.
City are at home to Watford 6-0.
Oh, God. Why
This
did
would be
Watford even bother
this
turning
would be
up?
the City B team as well, because they've got so many games in between.
Watford to win.
It'll be like Zach Steffen, Ake Zinchenko, you know that, and they'll still win like 4-0.
I think so.
Yeah.
Norwich.
He didn't even say.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? Norwich are at home to Newcastle.
Toon. Go on.
2-2.
No, Toon.
Oh.
Newcastle.
Because Newcastle have stopped playing since they've got safe, haven't they?
Do you think? I thought they were pretty good against Wolves.
They beat Wolves, didn't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't see that game, but I saw the one before that, and they were awful.
When they're at St James's Park, they turn up. When they're away from home, they're just like, oh, not a lot of fans have come with us, so we can afford to do this.
Yeah, Newcastle.
I'm going to go with Newcastle. Joe Willock winner.
He's injured.
He'll be back by then.
Right.
Brentford are at home to Spurs.
Brentford.
Really?
Ericsson to
London derby.
No,
Oh, that'd be sad.
I've got to go to Spurs.
Spurs have won too many games, isn't it?
I think they.
Yeah, but it's a Conte
I think the
effect.
snowball continues.
But I mean, they do. I do think they get top four, but they will. Could even be a draw. But I
you
love
think
Brentford.
Spurs get top 4 over Arsenal?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Because of Conte. And
That's the way I'm leaning.
'cause of
but
Kane.
I really hope Arsenal do.
Oi, watch
The reason I think it's less likely for us now is because Chelsea are also out of the Champions League.
And we had a few
So
injuries as well.
Tuchel's just got to go, FA Cup, try and beat Palace. League, let's get thirds.
Makes sense. I'm going to go Spurs away win.
Yeah, me too.
Brighton are at home to Southampton. South Coast derby.
that no one ever cares about. Brighton. Danny Welbs is the winner.
Oh,
That guy.
Mopai with the
That's what I was about to say. I reckon it's like 1-1 and Morpie scores in the
96th
90th.
minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go draw.
Sure. You don't write them down anymore, do you?
Do it in the edit.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
easier.
Fair
Burnley
He's
are at
given
home
up.
to Wolves. No Sean Dyche.
Burnley, I reckon Burnley win.
The no manager bounce.
New manager.
No
bounce.
manager.
The no
No
manager bounce.
manager bounce.
They might not even have
New
one. Who
one.
knows?
New
There's no one
one.
on the sideline shouting at us today, lads.
Just give it. Just let the players do what they want.
Give it James Tarkowski, that club legend, man.
You would have played?
Wolves.
Yeah, Wolves.
Really? But Wolves are fully beached, man. Large is just whipping anyone out at this point.
That's true, but there's still a European spot there for them, isn't there?
Yeah. Ish.
The one we don't want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with draw.
Oh, we got a bit of variance there. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Chelsea at home to West Ham. Huge game.
Desmond.
2-2. Interesting. Wasn't it? It was close to that last time, wasn't it? Oh no, did West Ham win?
Does
Yeah, it was the
come after-
Masuaku one, wasn't it?
It's not this weekend, is it?
Next weekend.
Yeah, 2-2.
I reckon.
West Ham did win that one, didn't they? Last
no
time
clue.
round.
No clue. Absolutely no clue. Mason versus Declan, and I think
Yeah, because do you remember the Masuaku freak goal where Mendy was like, "Ugh."
Oh, yeah.
That's when they
I think West Ham win.
really. I'm gonna go Chelsea.
Down for Chelsea. Liverpool at home to Everton. Merseyside derby.
Liverpool.
Yeah. Everton, when was the last time Everton won a Merseyside? Well, actually, they won last year, didn't they? Remember? Yeah, they did. But they're not winning.
That was the VVD. Was that the VVD?
Oh, Pickford.
No,
Yeah.
I'm sure they won at Anfield. They broke that hoodoo, didn't they?
Today.
But they're not winning this game.
Yeah, I don't think they win.
Yeah, Liverpool win. And then final game of the week is Palace are at home to Leeds.
That's
Palace.
such a non-game.
Palace.
Like, I didn't even realise.
Yeah.
that.
Rate what Vieira's doing at the moment.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Beat
He's
Arsenal.
killing it. You look at some of their players, Eze, Elise, and all that. So good.
Yeah, I'll go Palace as well.
I'm going Palace. Wicked, mate. Before we end, we
Yeah.
got to ask you, will you do the honours and join?
Yeah.
The elite rank.
And
of
if you
people.
lot want to be in with the chance of winning this shirt, all you got to do is join our FPL league, and the winner gets the shirt. The code is gqxngc. Yeah, mate, it's a tough shirt. Hang on. There we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Boom. There it is,
That's
mate.
my
Thank you
face
so much for
edition.
coming on. Really appreciate
Pleasure,
it.
man. Thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
Obviously, all Adam's links are in the description down below.
All the best with your pod as well.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us. Enjoyed it. Good little chat.
I have to get you on for a live show for United
Let us
again,
know.
maybe one day.
Yeah, man. That'll be good.
If you haven't already, make sure you.
No, don't do a United game.
Too sad. Maybe an Arsenal game.
Next
or something.
season.
Yeah, Champions League. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And we will see you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.